We are live! Welcome you all to the round number 12 of LBFF Season 7. We are reaching halfway through the competition. That will happen next week. And we're getting closer and closer to know which teams will be in the grand finals, which will be in the access group, and which two teams will be relegated to Series B. And of course, I am Marcelo Fiorentini, your pilot for the night. And by my side, my co-pilot, Isa, invites you to join us on our broadcast. How are you doing, Isa?
I'm doing so well, and I am so glad that this broadcast has finally started, and we are here. And we are here for one more day of LBFF. Of course, today is no ordinary day because we will be finishing off the week, and we are going to see the standings on how they look for all the championship yet. So that's going to be exciting, and I have a lot of expectations like I do always.
So, if is asked for the standings, we shall bring them to you. The standings will be coming on the screen, and today we have Fluxo and Magic Squad fighting for the top. Those two teams will probably end up as first and second on the table here today to finish up off the week number 4 with all teams with the same amount of maps played, and those teams will be probably on the top. We got to see if Metagaming and BD Vasco will follow them to the top, maybe forming the new top 4 for this week, isn't it?
Yes, of course. And we are going to see how the middle of the standings that is almost completely playing today are going to be able to do, knowing that this day is going to make off the week. So they need to guarantee a place in the top 12. All teams that are competing for that position, like Loud, Tropa, Real, 00 Nation, Liberty, not so bad, not so good. 00 Nation and Liberty are the bottom two teams for today, and they need a better performance. Of course, we have seen some good days for 00 Nation, but Liberty is a team that is continuously struggling here in this split of the LBFF. But I am excited to see how the fight for the leadership is going to be, because Fluxo and Magic Squad have quite close punctuations. Of course, Fluxo has kind of a lead of almost 20 points, but it is not a big difference. It is a difference that they are going to be able to make away if they have a good performance. So of course, Magic Squad might threaten the leadership, and let's remember that it is a new coming team here in the A series of the Brazilian Free Fire League.
And you talked about Liberty. This is a team that had a strong finishing of day yesterday. They showed us what they're capable of doing, and they're not getting to do it. Maybe they found themselves their rotation. And if you guys want to join that discussion, if you guys want to talk about what Liberty did yesterday, what they should do here today, if 00 Nation can go after Real Esports and take their spot on the 15th position, join us on our social media at FF Esports BR, and of course follow me at Marcelo Fiorentini and follow Isa at Isa13X, and of course follow us join us on the discussion on the chat. We see here Duan Henrique Andrade saying hi, saying salve. He's from Brazil over here. We have Rauenoff saying go Fluxo. Mudacir always here with us. TS Meliodas over here as well saying Fluxo GG. Lord FF also cheering for Fluxo. Gil Kaye also cheering for Fluxo. Hi everyone, welcome to our chat, and bring your discussions, bring your points here, and let's create a great community around LBFF. And bring also your choices for this week FF Squad. If you're not playing FF Squad, you're missing out on it. The fantasy game for the Brazilian Free Fire League that gives you the opportunity to be the coach of this great championship that we have around here. You choose 4 players and 1 coach per day, and you create your best team, the team that you think that will be the best for each day of competition. Isa is ruling on our FF Squad League.
Yes, I am, but as my memory wrongs me right now, I don't remember who I casted, because I always cast it on the...
Check it on your phone.
I'm gonna check it, but I usually cast my FF Squad a couple of days before the week starts, so don't remember right now who I casted, but I always do cast some of the Black Dragons Vasco players.
A tip, when you cast, print it so you can bring it to the broadcast and show the guys that
I can check it.
Own the players over here. And of course, if you are not playing, access ffesquad.com.br and create your squad. It will be amazing to have you guys playing here with us as well. And we are going to check out the players that are getting the most kills and per se, the most points for the FF squad. We have Cias leading the competition with an incredible amount of 88 points. 88 kills in the week number 4, and it's still not over. He still have one day. It's actually predictable to say that Cias will go through 100 points here today.
Yes, it is, because we have seen Cias do no less than 12, 13 kills per round. So per round. So it is very difficult for Cias not to reach that amazing mark so early on the championship, and that is going to be very interesting to see. But what's also interesting is that Bobs and Easy, aside from Cias, are the only ones that are playing today. Trap and Iago already finished off their week yesterday, so we are going to see Bobs and Easy trying to reach Cias, or at least diminish the difference. That is a great difference, because Cias is also playing today.
And the day that we had Cias, when in the 5th map with only 10 kills, that was Saturday, he finished off with 20. He got 10 kills in one map. So it's unpredictable to say that this guy will score only a few kills, less than 12 kills. That's what they need for to reach the 100 points here today. Trap will not be playing, as Isa said. Iago will not be playing, as Isa said. And there's only Bobs and Easy. They would need to break the record to get to Cias here today. And if Cias didn't get a kill.
Yes, which of course is basically impossible. So let's see how far Bobs and Easy are going to come in the kill leading charts, because catching up to Cias is basically impossible, as I've said before, but it is not impossible for them to pass Trap, to pass Iago, including it is kind of very doable. It is very doable for them to be able to pass Trap and to get to the 2nd position in the MVP. But of course, this MVP, as we are seeing, is only the top 5. As we get to the top 10 of the MVP, the amount of kills is kind of close. It isn't such a big difference. So we are going to have other players playing today that, if they have that amazing amount of eliminations, might be also able to pass Trap.
And when you talk about the other players on the kill list, when you exclude Cias, you have Trap leading with 71 kills. That would be a huge amount of kills for this point of the competition. But he's still 17 kills behind Cias.
And Cias still plays the entire day today.
It's gigantic what Cias is doing here this season, and it reflects on the results from Fluxo, because he's not killing it by himself. Japa BKR is having an amazing season. Ousado fit this team like a glove. He's getting the kills. He's nearing the kill leaders list as well. We have Fak that retreated to a more supportive position inside of the rush, like he's now the 2nd rusher. He's the dude that is helping Ousado get the kills. He's been altruistic in those kills with Ousado, but he still plays a huge part on that rush. He still plays a huge part on this team. This reflects on what Fluxo is doing here this season.
Yes, and of course their team has a certain synchrony to them that we don't see often. The importance of the rush being very synchronized and being very that they have that kind of synergy between them is also very important, because if they don't, sometimes the rush doesn't work well, but this Fluxo team really does fit in well, which is what makes the most difference for their rushes, aside from a lot of practice.
And we are going to check out the maps list here today, the rotation that we're going to have here today, which is the usual rotation. We're going for those 6 maps in the exact order we always go. Purgatory, Kalahari, Bermuda, Purgatory, Kalahari, Bermuda, the order that we love and cherish around here, right?
Yes, and of course, let's just take it back to Purgatory. That is our first map, and Purgatory always reminds us of God Unidas that had most of their booyahs in the map of Purgatory. And God Unidas is one of the teams to watch out for today because they started off the season very well, but lately they haven't been doing half as well as they started the season, which is why we see right now God Unidas in not such a great position. They were almost leaders during the first week, and right now they are they are in the 11th position if I'm not mistaken. But it is going to be interesting to see how God Unidas is going to be able to make their day today, because they need to do better if they want to keep a good position in the standings.
And we are going for a quick break just to set our pieces around here, and we'll be right back to bring you guys the first map of the day. We'll be back. We are back live. Oh my god. Now my voice is back live to bring you guys the discussions and the emotions of the first map of the day. We're heading to Purgatory. And we were talking about how God Unidas was really well to start the season in Purgatory. But we gotta talk about Magic Squads that took the leadership in points in this Purgatory map. They started the week as the best team in Purgatory. They still have 6 more maps to play, which means 2 Purgatory maps. And that leads them to the possibility to get to 200 points in Purgatory this week. They had 28 on yesterday's games. They started the week with 155, which leads them to 183 points, and with 17 more points they will reach 200 points in Purgatory this season. This is a new team. Some of the players are experienced in CEA, but they were brought together this season for the first time, and they are doing really good here.
Yes, and that is also a sign of a lot of practice and how much these teams have put into getting synchronized and making their team more wholesome. Because Magic Squad, as you said, is a team that is completely new here in the LBFF, but they have some players that are veterans in the LBFF as well. But we are seeing that those players have fitted in with some players that are newcomers in all of the senses of the word, and we are seeing them really fit fitting in well, which is something that is very rare. It is uncommon to see a team that is newly formed doing so well as Magic Squad is doing. And of course, they have amazing players to count on, an amazing cast. We have Godkill that came from Fluxo. We have Drax that is a player that has been in the LBFF for at least 2 splits, and Bueno and Guasha that are their players that came from the B series, as good candidates for the championship.
Yeah.
They didn't win it, but they were able to make it in the Access group, and the team is really strong.
And they want to take the lead here today. They are the second team with the most booyahs in the season. They have 6, which sets them apart from Fluxo, puts them in an advantageous position in case of a tie, and Fluxo needs to do better than what they did yesterday, what they did on Saturday, I'm sorry.
Yes, they need to. They don't exactly need to, but if they want to keep the leadership, they should. So let's see how Flux is going to do it today. Because as I was seeing, I was kind of keeping up with the players, with their coach K9, to see how how they thought they were doing in terms of mistakes and that kind of thing. And according to K9, they didn't have a lot of mistakes. They had a little bit of misfortunate in some matches, but in others they had the safe zone really close in bad spots for them and some things that they didn't expect. But of course, we are in the first part of our championship, and it is important to make mistakes while you still can, especially for those teams that are on the top positions in the standings, because in the finals you can definitely not make any kind of mistakes, otherwise it might cost you the title.
It's indeed a single day of competition that can change a lot, but it's important that we know that the teams on the top of the table will have advantage on the finals, and we'll check out if those teams will get to the top here today from the top, because we're clear to take off. So let's hit the skies, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R12D1 heading straight to Purgatory. This is your captain Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side my co-pilot Isa invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa.
Time to drop for the first map of the day. Here we are in Purgatory, and all teams are as usual going to their particular drop calls. But as Marcelo and I were talking about earlier today before the broadcast, this confrontation of groups with B and C playing is usually more aggressive, and those teams really play for the rush, for the eliminations, even more than in the other confrontations. So we expect a lot of confrontations, but look, Liberty is again with Los Grandes. Not with Los Grandes, but they are trying to make their rotation, and Los Grandes has an eye on them, so they can lose players right in the beginning of the map, as we have seen happen before.
Before is not here today.
My God.
I love when Isa makes that face that says, I'm gonna kill you. I'm just gonna kill you as soon as I can. But then we see Fluxo rotating to Central and trying to get their usual drop call. And if you're not on the broadcast, you're missing it out. Fluxo once again taking their spot by Central to try to go for their usual loot. And it is such a known rotation by this Fluxo squad that is kind of unbelievable to see that those players are not contested right here when they go for this rotation.
Yes, of course, I think that part of it is all teams reckon Fluxo as a team that is very aggressive and is very strong on the rush part. They are very strong in any kind of confrontations, and we have seen them doing stuff that we almost don't believe. They almost always are able to turn around situations of disadvantage. So I think that most teams really think twice before getting into any kind of confrontations with Fluxo. But talking about Liberty, that is on our screen right now, Liberty, that is a team that, as I said, tried to make it to Fire Brigade, but 2 players made the loot of Fire Brigade and 2 players made the loot of the downside area of Brasilia, even though Los Grandes would be able to make a complete squad wipe with that drop call of theirs, but they didn't. So Los Grandes did not keep an eye on Liberty, and Liberty is going off for Fire Brigade with some extra loot from Brasilia.
Important rotation. We saw Liberty having a better day here yesterday, getting some needed points and leaving at shoes miners in a predicament for the remainder of the season. And today could be the day they took off and they, for the first time, would be away from the relegation zone. So it's important for them to try to get to those important little wins to maybe get to a better position when this day is over. However, they are really close to Fluxo right now. They have Fire Brigade for themselves, and Fluxo is on Central, but usually Fluxo don't rotate through Fire Brigade.
Yes, but of course, we talked a little bit about that early on the championship. Fire Brigade is a very difficult drop call because it is completely surrounded by other teams. Central and also Lumber Mill are places that always have a team using it as a drop call, so the Fire Brigade squad needs to make a very smart rotation if they want to get out of that position.
And look at the standings. Japa BKR could become the first player in the history of LBFF with 500 kills. He got 400 kills last season. He now has 491. Kawan has 470. That got his brother with 439 and Modestia with 428. Those are the players with more than 400 kills in the history of LBFF. But you know who is the player who was, when we began this season, the player that had the best average of kills per map played in the history of LBFF?
I'm gonna go ahead and say CS.
It was MTS.
MTS?
It was MTS. And last season with the MVP results, he got to an amazing point where he was threatening to get to 500 kills before all those players, because he was getting really close to 400 and he was averaging 120 kills per season. So,
which is a crazy amount of eliminations. But look, right now we have God Unidas and Magic and 00 Nation that are both in the region of feuds. They probably won't be pursuing this confrontation because, of course, feuds is a very crowded area. It is a place where the teams use to make the pathways for their rotations. And look, Los Grandes is coming also for fields. And as I said, it is going to be hard for any of those teams to make that confrontation because they will have to also count on a third team coming along.
And we see now that this third team can come along. We see Loud coming from the top to the north of Crossroads. And now we have 4 teams by that region. And it seems to me that Los Grandes has the best way out. However, it would not be easy. And now the danger zone goes to that region.
And look at how many teams we have on fields, and we are only in 5 minutes inside of the map. So we have Magic Squad still trying to reach that region, which they very, very likely won't be able to do. So fields is probably the place where the safe zone is going to shrink off to.
And messages from the mother of Japa BKR saying it's the best way to start the Monday. Her best fun is here, LBFF, and she is cheering today for Fluxo since Vivocade is not playing here today.
Yes, and of course, Japa BKR and Dead God might be achieving 1,000 kills all by themselves. So we are going to have 2 brothers getting over 1,000 kills, probably in this season, definitely in this season. We are going to have the 2 brothers having 1,000 eliminations, counting on their history inside of the LBFF. Guys, can someone please follow Marcelo Ferrantini on Instagram because he only needs 1 more follower
to get to 5,000.
Yes, to get to 5,000.
I have 4,999 followers right now.
He's thirsty.
Yes, and thank you for the merchant over here. Thank you for the jabá over here for my account. But we have here the face-off between those teams, and we see that Magic Squad is really getting closer to 00 Nation as well. So the information is what this rotation says. The safe zone is shrinking to Crossroads.
Yes, probably the teams that are already positioned inside of fields are not going to make any kind of movements because it is such a targeted area that if you make any kind of movements, you will suffer taking hits from 4 teams, basically. So we are going to have the teams that are not in the region yet, like Metagaming, like the other teams that did not get to fields, having confrontations to get to the safe zone or maybe to get eliminations all by itself.
Shoutouts to Ciduduns, shoutouts to LBFF, to tThe, saying Isa is the biggest one. Titan is over here, shoutouts to Titan, also here with us, and always here with us. AKG Pain over here, Kalidu Jebli, also here with us. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your names, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm trying my best to shout out you guys with your correct names. And now we see Moreira going with the cars in the rotation from Tropa, using the cars to the north of fields, and Fluxo is by that region. We see Loud also by the region, and this fight might go on because Ousado was far away from his teammates. He's trying to get some loot, and tThe was trying to put him down, but Kronos comes over and puts Moreira to sleep with a nice capa, with a nice headshot. Now sending down one of the players from Tropa. Once again, Kronos trying to get down the players from Tropa. He tries a few shots over there. Mandela is trying to survive, trying to zigzag away from the bullets. And now Fluxo is also joining the party. The Skylar skill was used to break the ice. Tropa was forced to use another one, and Kronos seems to be opening the way for Fluxo to come into this fight. Check this out, he's breaking the ice because he knows that there is another team shooting Tropa from afar.
Good vision of game by Loud. Of course, Fluxo has it completely out in the open, and they are going to make the rush towards Tropa.
They are going for it. We see Ousado with the charge being trying with the charge buster, trying to get some shots out. Grenades from CS. Lost will put Ousado to the floor. Japa BKR takes the takedown on Moreira. This could be the kill for 492, but kThe with the charge buster, once again putting CS back to the lobby. Nice job by kThe defending this positioning from Tropa, and Loud is now the kill leader for the match, as we see Fak and Japa BKR retreating, going back to their shelter by the fields because they got in an awful position. They were targeted by Loud and by Tropa, and Loud changed their focus to attack Fluxo, not to attack Tropa anymore, probably because of the positioning. Fluxo was out in the open, and Tropa had the guardrails from the road to protect themselves, Isa.
But let me tell you, Marcelo, Loud really helped Tropa because one of Fluxo's players was the first one to take down one of Tropa's players. So Fluxo already had that advantage, but Loud really did help Tropa out. So now Fluxo is getting out with only 2 players to try and make something out of this match. But let me tell you, it's going to be very hard because they are completely out in the open. The players still have vision of them, and even if they retreat, they are probably not going to be able to get inside of the safe zone.
Let's check out what will happen in this fight. And the best positioning is Loud's. The best positioning between those 3 teams is fully in the hands of Loud. Loud was one of the best teams in Purgatory last season. Could this be the moment there that they will bring back that Loud that was incredible to see last season, Isa?
Yes, and I think that Loud really did dominate their positions very well in the region that they were drop calling, in the regions that they were making their rotations, and with the savage changes of the safe zone, they kind of struggled with taking new positions. But we are quickly seeing that changing as the team is evolving for the past few rounds. But look, Black Dragons Vasco and Corinthians are going for it right now.
Let's see what will happen. Grenades are coming in towards the players from Corinthians. Buns takes half-life in damage, and Hazur will go down. Hender gets the first takedown, and he will try to get the kill. Hazur with only a inch of life left, and Memgad is also by that region. He could be attacked, and now Chucky leads the rush. Bandwell puts him down. Chucky was the one who went down, and Loiro now playing in the starting lineup for Vasco was trying to bring it back. Chucky goes down. Memgad puts Hender with a nice capa, and will get the kill. Corinthians is turning this fight around. Vasco now has only 2 players. No players anymore! No players anymore! Vasco is the first team to be outside of this match by the hands of Corinthians, Isa.
Yes, it is. And also we are having Black Dragon Vasco and Fluxo, two top teams, going out very soon. And Japa BKR is already on the floor, so we only have Faki to fight for Fluxo, while Magic Squad is trying to get the kills on top of Hal.
They want to go for the points. Fluxo is back on the lobby. And we see now that Italo is trying to make exactly a moment for Magic Squad to capitalize on the fact that Fluxo is on the floor. Metagaming also goes down. Box will be taken to the floor. Now, Triple X gets Italo to the ground, and there's only God Kill in this fight. He will try to keep himself alive to maybe save Magic Squad in a moment where they need those points the most. But we see Triple X trying to break the ice with the help of EM7. We see tThe from afar doing the support for this squad. Let's see how this will fare off right now.
Magic Squad took a very risky position over the hill, and Real was able to kind of make an advance. They still, Magic Squad still lost a player, but they still were able to keep the position, even though it wasn't such a strong position.
And now Liberty is having to deal with the God Unidas. Miguel was the first one to take a player down, but Phone brings it back. Los Grandes joining that battle as well. While Mike puts player down, Magic Squad will finally go down. God Kill got taken down by Moreira. Tropa gets one important kill. And Isa was pointing that out. While we see Los Grandes going after Loud as well. Gus taking Noda to the floor. And right now we see that Liberty is in a poor position. However, God Unidas is in a worse one because Rigby still don't know about the rotation from the players of Liberty. No, he knows. He knows, and he will take tThe to the floor. Liberty goes down in the 7th position, still a better position than we got used to seeing from that squad. Let's check this out right now, because Loud and Los Grandes are in the same houses.
Yes, of course, Tropa has the advantage of the high ground and can be able to get a lot of eliminations for this endgame, while Los Grandes already has collected 7 eliminations, and we still have 6 teams on the map.
Now 5 because Lost got the kill on Nicholas 9. 0-0 Nation with a good 6th position for them to try to fight against relegation. But now we see Gus trying to get some more weaponry from the crate, from the loot box, while they try to go over for a good moment against God Unidas. Gus tries the shots out. Rigby is rotating by the cars. He has no med kit. He has an inch of life left and no med kit, and Gus now misses the shots, an important shot that could award the kill to Gus. But now tThe is on the floor, and Real is trying to come over against Loud. Loud with a good moment here in Purgatory, bringing that Loud that we got used to see last season. VM7 is rotating, trying to go over, but he got trampled by Tropa. Tropa now the new kill leaders with 9 eliminations. Will put down the whole Real squad, but Phone brings it back and sends Mandela to the floor. Tropa is the only team still with all 4 players remaining. Los Grandes goes down on the hands of Lost. He had the hand cannon to avoid that approach from Los Grandes. Tropa with 10 kills is coming over. Rigby still trying to keep God Unidas alive. He'll not be able to. Nice call B by Kiledi, getting the kill. And now Loud will try to hold on with only 2 players against the 4 full squad from Tropa. D3 will put Lost to the floor. Kiledi is leading the rush. He has to deal with Kronos. The Warlord will not be able to hold on. So it's a boo! Yeah, Tropa! Amazing game by a team that played by the positioning in the whole match. 13 kills for Tropa will award them 25 important points in the fight for the top 12, Isa.
And coming from their worst round in the LBFF, Tropa is now getting the first booyah today, because yesterday when they played, they were the worst team of the day. They did very badly yesterday, but today they are coming strong, guaranteeing the booyah, as you said, with 13 eliminations, which is a lot of points. And of course, Tropa is going to be able to get out of the position that they did. They probably are going to pass Lounge with this match.
If they don't pass, they will get really close.
Oh, but Lounge placed second, so let's remember that Lounge placed second, and that was a very good position for Lounge. Lounge, that is a team that is growing week after week. They started off badly, and Tropa also getting this booyah, doing very well in this first Purgatory map, and they needed that performance to compensate for yesterday's performance.
And we got to check out the highlights to see the confirmation of the points of those teams and understand what can happen on our standings. It will be coming on the screen for you guys as soon as possible. And right now is the soonest that we can. Kiled, the MVP with 4 kills, 25 points for Tropa, 14 for Loud, and Los Grandes got Unidos with 13 great points for all those teams.
And you know, 2 teams that we were talking about that are growing in the championship, and it is very visible, are Los Grandes and How. Los Grandes and How making sure that they fit in their games. How right now, in the replay, we are seeing that they were able to make a great advance towards Magic Squad, even though they had the gas kind of getting to them, getting to their backs. So that advance really made sure that they had a better position inside of the match, because Magic Squad was one of the first teams to go back to the lobby, even though they were holding that position for a long time in the match.
Mandela also 4 kills, 2 MVPs in this match coming from Tropa. This shows the dominance that this team had. They controlled the west of fields, then they went coming for the center of the safe zone, taking team after team in an aggressive game.
Yes, and of course what's most interesting about those standings of punctuation in this match is that Black Dragons Vasco, Fluxo, and Metagaming and Magic Squad, 4 teams that are on the top of the standings, were the first 4 to completely be wiped out in the match. And of course Gus from Los Grandes, that is a player that we have seen play amazing, incredible, crazy gameplays yesterday, is right now back again in the MVP, which shows such a good face from him, right?
He is trying to get to the MVP list. He showed up a few times in the MVP list, but now he's trying to settle himself among the best killers of the season. We're going for a quick break to bring you guys the second map of the day and the standings. We will be right back after 2 quick minutes. We'll be back soon. We are back live to bring you guys the thrilling emotions of the second map of the day. And since you guys helped me get to 5,000 followers on Instagram, here are 2 codes for you on the chat. The first ones to get it will be the ones. It was poorly posted over here. However, now I'm gonna correct it and send it. Jeez, YouTube! You're messing it up. Let me do it in the correct way. However, we're getting to the second map of the day, and it's an important Kalahari map that changes a lot how those teams play against each other, because it's a really widespread map, and the standings will be coming up on the screen for you guys to understand who can perform better in this Kalahari map. We have here the rotation, the usual rotation, and we are going for the standings because we need to understand how those teams will go after each other in this second map. Let's check this out. This will be really quickly as I got messed up on my speech. But Loud gets to 334 points, and Tropa really closes the gap with 327.
Yes, of course, now Loud and Tropa competing directly for the top 12. But what's most interesting to me is that Magic Squad was able to lower the difference between Fluxo. Even though they did not have a good match, they still lowered the difference by 4 points. So now only 13 points separate them from the expected leaders, as I would put it. But let's see who is going to be taking the leadership today.
Let's see who will
Fluxo
finish
or
off.
Magic Squad, or maybe neither.
There's one thing that I'm missing here today.
What?
Our bets.
Oh.
Who are you betting on right now?
For this Kalahari map, I am going to bet on
ASMR right now?
Stop
ASMR.
it.
We gotta go for the bets because we're getting clear to take off right now. Quickly, 5.
Black Dragons
4.
Vasco.
Black Dragons Vasco came going with Tropa. The double wheel will be a back-to-back because we're getting really ready. The engines are rolling and the airplane is already going to the top, so we're clear to take off. Let's hit the skies! No. Control tower?
I love when
yes,
that happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, for flight R12D2 heading straight to Kalahari. This is your captain, Marcel Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot Isa invites you to loosen our seatbelts, fasten our boards, because it's time to drop, Isa.
Time to drop, and I just need to say it again. I love it so much when the pilot delays the flight and Marcelo just looks like, what?
Like an idiot.
It is so funny to me, but of course, we are starting off our second map of the day with Kalahari, the map that is Marcelo's favorite, even though I don't like it so much. But let's see how the players are going to be able to do. Magic Squad has been rewarded with a blue zone, so maybe they're going to find a sniper machine for one of the players to use, a lot of grenade bullets to use on maybe a grenade launcher if they find it. It is going to be all very interesting to see because Magic Squad is already a team that is strong on all maps, but they are strong in Kalahari as well. So let's see how they're going to be able to make off their performance for this match. Of course, we have Tropa right now on the screen, and they just came from a Booyah. So let's see if that extra confidence really makes something out of them.
I bet on Tropa because they were one of the best teams in Kalahari last season. And since they got their Booyah here today, it gives them the spirit to fight for another Booyah here today in a map that was their best. So do you think that this momentum from getting a Booyah is something important that helps the players to get to the top once again?
I think that mostly we see teams that make a Booyah either having good matches, but I don't think it is very common to see back-to-back Booyahs because sometimes the teams get overly confident and make kind of, I don't want to say stupid, but like...
Stupid decisions.
Yes, they get overly confident, and we know that confidence is great for players. They need to have confidence, but if it's over the top, it is going to be bad for the players, and they might be making decisions that will not favor them. So right now we are seeing Black Dragons Vasco going back with Leno that was substituted in the first match by Loiro that we have seen play few times here in the LBFF. But of course, right now in Magic Squad, we have Got Kill getting out of the team for Guasha to come in. And let's see how that changes, which is interesting to me because Guasha and Godkill are both support players, and Kalahari is a very strong map for support players. So let's see how Guasha is going to be able to make that part in his team and make sure that Magic Squad comes for one good match because they need it if they want to threaten the leader, as we are saying.
And we know that Godkill is a great support, a great sniper and support, and it's impressive to see that the team from Magic Squad is having better results with Guasha on the lineup. Another change coming up on the screen for you guys. Antunes coming in for Real in place of VM7, which surprises me. They left Tattoo in the match and brought Antunes, which leaves them with a little more distant fight power and a little less rush power.
Yes, VM7 getting out of Hell really is a surprise to me as well, as we have seen him being a highlight for the Real squad. But look, right now we have Corinthians taking a lot of hits at the team of Los Grandes that is making their rotation towards that house in Kalahari. Probably they're going to take position there.
The shots are coming in. Vitinho XP is trying to lead against the players from Los Grandes. They are rotating. They are going for a safe spot right now because this is a moment where the teams don't want really to engage into confrontations, right, Isa?
Yes, and we have had no confrontations at all up until this point, and we are getting to 5 minutes in the match, so that is not so common. Let's see how they take position and what that tells us about the safe zone, because right now Corinthians seems to be very chill around the command post, as they always are, and Los Grandes, that just came from a great match and a great round yesterday, is once again doing good today. So let's see if they are able to keep up with that performance, because I was waiting for that team to really fit in together. They did not have such good first weeks in the standings, in their overall performance, but right now they are fitting in day after day, match after match, and what that team can do, their potential is really high.
They indeed have a great potential. And also a team that is showing all their potential. My God!
Isn't it a hard word to say in English?
Potential.
Potential.
It's actually not difficult to say all by herself, but when you're going through a
Yes.
sentence, this messes up a lot. A difficult word for me in English, not word. A difficult word for me in English is world.
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 Yes,
All over the
yes.
world is a tough
World.
sentence.
Yes, it is. I mean, I had a lot of difficulty with like Purgatory. Even still, my pronunciation is not oh my God, he did that to me because I didn't say the word correctly. I'm pretty sure.
That was definitely for you.
Purgatory.
It was definitely for you.
Oh, whatever.
Throughout.
Purgatory.
Throughout.
It isn't perfect, but it is good enough.
Nonetheless. It's easy, but put that in a sentence.
Flux is doing good. Nonetheless, 0-0 Nation is right behind them.
Nice job. But there are some words in English that are tough. Name the player. Name a guy named Earl. Earl is just a difficult name.
Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones. It's tough. I'm surprised to see that you know James Earl Jones. However,
I don't. That just popped up in my mind.
Okay.
Probably recognize it from somewhere, but I don't know who he is.
He's the dude that voices Darth Vader. You know Darth Vader?
Yes.
Yes. Vinicius
Just from watching The Big Bang Theory.
I'm too old. Dark Souls is over here saying it's 23 for it's almost midnight in England right now. He's in England. Nice to see you here. Vinicius Santos saying go Corinthians.
It is kind of almost midnight here in Brazil as well.
No, it's 9 p.m. It's not even 9 p.m.
Well, it is close. It is not so far away.
He said 11:43. You're saying 9 is close.
It is.
ZZZ saying let's go loud. And Honey tries now and takes down Feck, putting Fluxo in a poor position in 2D. BJJ saying best thing in the world. Monday on LBFF on Mondays. Bruno Souza saying, let's go Corinthians. Let's trample in LBFF. And now the shots are coming out. Nicolas is trying to hold Fluxo outside of the safe zone. Look at Japa BKR. He wants the 500 here today. Japa BKR taking down Nicolas. The sniper, the support for Fluxo is making it count. Japa BKR once again. He takes down 3 players. There's only Lucky God. He takes Ousado to the floor. And
now he can
Japa
go safe,
BKR
go
is
safe.
trying to take the best positioning. Lucky is trying to save the players. And Japa will get the kill on Honey. 2 to their hands. And Cias is trying to help him from afar as well, using the Woodpecker to go for the shots. We see Lucky God rotating. Cias gets a few shots onto Lucky, but he will not be able to recover and get the takedown.
Yes, and even though 0-0 Nation had the advantage in position, Japa BKR's role as a support player made all of the difference, even though they were in complete disadvantage regarding to high ground position inside of the gas. 0-0 Nation was not up to stop the Fluxo team from making their advance. And of course, they have 3 players yet, while 0-0 Nation only has 2. And both teams will have to look out for revival zones, revival storms, to be able to put those players back to the game.
And now we see Los Grandes going after Loud Juan, already putting down one of Loud's players that will be brought back up for the fight. But this confrontation will happen right now by the house, as we see Fon in a good position to fight. And Loud is trying to rotate. K1 gets to the top of the house, and Fon immediately takes him out of the game. Look at Noda. Nice grenade putting Fon on the floor, and he will have a tough time trying to be revived over there, trying to be brought back. But look at Cebolinha. He goes for the rush. Noda uses the chrono and rotates, but he will go to the floor with his own grenade. A self-kill with the grenade. Now puts Noda in a poor position. He will be eliminated, and Gus! That amazing grenade from Gus gets the takedown, and Loud is back on the lobby in the 12th position. Great job by Los Grandes, now eliminating Loud. D3 is now trying to take down the players from Real. He gets a shot out, and we see Real and Liberty also fighting right there. Antunes is on the floor and back on the lobby. Pato and Drizzy go down to the grenade of Triple X. Japa XL will be leading the charge. Will he go for the rush? As we see Davi trying to fight from afar there for the Liberty squad. Triple X will get the confirmation of the kill on Drizzy. Tatu is trying to break the ice over there, while Garonidas tries to fight Tropa on the other side of the map. Davi will get the kill on Triple X, and now we see Real being harmed also by Vasco and Los Grandes. Gus will take Tatu to the floor. Nice job right now by Liberty holding themselves alive in amidst this war. Japa was forced to use the chrono, and Easy will put Gus to the floor. He will get the kill on Gus. 3 kills for Vasco right now, and they get the kill and run. It's the hit and run strategy for Vasco right now, while they might engage against Davi. They saw Davi over there and chose not to fight. Why did Henry chose not to go for the kill? Easy will be sent down and back to the lobby by Cebolinha, while Henry tries to run away with the car. They don't want to engage in any confrontation right now, but they could have gotten the kill onto Davi's.
I can't believe I think they didn't see him, because if they did, that makes no sense that they did not take any kind of hits at him. But of course, Los Grandes in a good position to make marks all over the safe zone. And Black Dragons Vasco lost Easy in a poor rotation. But of course, they still have 3 players to keep Black Dragons Vasco up in the fight.
And they can go indeed for hard zone or for the vending machines to bring back Easy into this match. Easy, the top killer for this Vasco squad, sided by Hender. That was the MVP from Serie B last season. Now we see the positioning from Metagaming by the comment post, and we know that Corinthians will probably be right there, as they are always in the comment post in this Kalahari map. Now,
yes, and look at the confrontation that we are having right in that region.
Corinthians going against Fluxo, and we see that Fluxo brought Fac back to the game, so they have their full squad. Nice grenade by Vitinho, might surprise Cias, dealing a lot of damage, but no takedowns for Fac. Now Bungie will try to rush. He uses dice and protects himself, while Hazur goes over and takes Fac to the floor. Nice duo. Nice duo job by those Corinthians players leading the rush, and Vitinho will put Cias to the floor with a grenade. Now he rotates because Fluxo is in a poor positioning. They have only Ousado to fight. Ousado and Japa still in this fight. Vitinho will get the kill on Cias. It's a 4v2 fight right now, and it seems to me that Flux will take off. We already saw Japa BKR rotating, and Ousado is there to hold the players from Corinthians, their former teammates, in this battle. Memgard is not rotating. Bandit is with him while Ousado uses the ice to protect himself by the crate, and he will be taken down. Fluxo goes down on the hands of Cebolinha. Los Grandes meddling once again in a fight that was not theirs and getting points. But now Vitinho XP will not give that away. Fawn will take Leno to the floor. Vasco is near that region as well, and Los Grandes will try to take Corinthians down, but it was one of the Los Grandes players that ended up going down on the hands of the Corinthians players. Strong positioning by Corinthians for that fight. That would be really tough for Los Grandes to come over, and Corinthians has the upper hand when it comes to the rotation to inside of the safe, is it?
Yes, and of course Los Grandes getting the masters at stealing eliminations from the floor, but right now they probably won't be able to make it past the gas. And of course Corinthians has their full squad to get inside of that barn and try to make that position the best they can. And we have 0-0 Nation in a strong position. Tropa again in a strong position, even though they aren't full. And look, Black Dragons Vasco is once again back in confrontations.
And Chucky is on the floor. Liberty goes down. Nicholas will get the kill on Chucky. And now Vasco has only two. Now one player to fight. It's Hender. He goes for 1-9, takes the kill onto 1-9. And he will try to confirm it because it's probably the last point that he could go. Nicolas once again with the grenade. Now putting Black Dragons Vasco back in the lobby. Los Grandes is also back in the lobby by the hands of Magic Squad. Metagaming still trying to fight against Corinthians by the command post, but now they rotate and they might face off against the player from Real. It's Antunes. The last player from Real is still alive. Grenades coming out to check out if there is a player in their positioning. We see Magic Squad taking a good spot by the center of the safe zone. That will force some teams to rotate, and the first team rotating is Tropa. They will try to come over and take Rigby to the floor and probably eliminate Godunidas, and they get it. Nice shot right now by Tropa, getting Godunidas back to the lobby, but now they are in a poor positioning to defend themselves against the advance of Metagame and also Razur, the last player from Corinthians, still in this battle. But Metagame chose to open up and gave up on the fight. But Kawe is on the floor right now. Antunes is trying to hold Real still alive and trying to take down players. Eric went to help Kawe, but had a few issues over there. Pão goes to the floor as well. Can Antunes and Bobs do the miracle and eliminate the whole squad from Metagaming? Rafa X is on the floor. Real goes down, and now there's only Eric to fight for Metagaming. What a great positioning by the Magic Squad, trying to get some more kills. They will have to rotate. They have the information about the other teams. They are activating the drone to get some more information, and Corinthians will go down on the hands of the players of Tropa. Now we see Italo holding on against 0-0 Nation, getting down the whole 0-0 Nation squad. What a dominant position by the Magic Squad. They only have to deal with one player from Metagaming and two from Tropa. Grenades coming out from Bobs. He wants to take that kill, and he will get the kill. No, Guasha was the one that got it against Eric. Now only two players from Tropa. Bobs using the grenade launcher to take half of Kiledi's life. The grenades are coming in. The rush is on, and Kiledi will go down. There's only Mandela. He gets the first player down, but he will not take four. He will not take four. So it's a boo! Yeah, Magic Squad! And if Fluxo went down on the last position, Magic Squad makes their count and will take away the leadership from Fluxo, Isa!
That was all that Magic Squad needed. A good Booyah while Fluxo fell on the last position. That was planned by Destiny. Really, Magic Squad being able to gain the top position and probably be the strongest candidate for the leadership with this match of Kalahari. That was great for them. We saw the substitution of Guasha, of Godkill for Guasha, and that was really important for them. But look, who's the MVP once again?
É o Mandela. Mandela with 4 kills once again, 2 times MVP here today.
Tropa doing very well.
Very well here. As I pointed out on the beginning of the match, that Booyah in Purgatory was the ignition that those guys needed to start performing better in a map that they usually do really good here in Purgatory. 15 points for them, 13 for Corinthians, 12 for Los Grandes. Also a good day by Los Grandes, 10 for Beta Gaming and 10 for 0-0 Nation. Another team with a good day as we reach the second half of the table with some of the teams that are fighting for the top. That will be on the second page.
Yes, of course. Los Grandes basically had no bad matches since yesterday. Guasha, look, the substitution, the star substitution, being able to make it into the MVPs of the match. And look, one team that has me surprised is Real, and Real is doing also very regularly. They did regularly in the Purgatory match. Now they are back again, and they are always managing to get themselves into the end game, even if they're not complete, even if they are not able to make the Booyah, they are able to make it into the end game, which is also already very important. And of course, Loud not doing well in the second match. Fluxo, probably their worst beginning in the season.
And we gotta check out because probably Tropa passed Loud.
Oh yes.
Probably
yes.
Tropa took the 12th position from Loud in this match. We will check this out. The standings will be coming on the screen as quickly as possible, but this rush in the end by Magic Squad was so full of confidence.
Yes,
that shows
of course.
how this team is playing free in this league. It feels like those players are feeling free in the rush. We see the confirmation of the Booyahs from Tropa in Purgatory and Magic Squad in Kalahari, and we'll check out the standings because it's important to see if they took the third position from Fluxo and the second position from before. Now only 1 point behind Vivocate, and they still got four
Oh my god, Magic Squad really is a surprise to have them on the leadership, and probably they are going to be, maybe they're going to be able to make kind of a difference on top of Fluxo, if Fluxo still has this bad outcome that they have had up until now. And of course, Tropa doing very well today, but God Unidas is a team that is not making the performance that they used to do. We are not seeing them have such good outcomes as they did in the beginning of the season. So let's check it out if God Unidas is able to fit in that game, that earlier game that they had, because for now they are doing not what we expected. Not what we expected, definitely.
It's sometimes it's tough for us to speak. It happens. Shout outs to Marcia, our phonoaudiologist over here. And I'm here getting some information on the teams, how the teams are faring off in this round. We have a network of great computers here, of NASA computers here to get us the information. And the best team of the day up until right now is Tropa with 40 points already. Not surprisingly. But the second best team is not Magic Squad as we thought it would be. It's Los Grandes. They are going for a great
was
day
very
here
regular.
today. They are being really regular here today. 26 points for Los Grandes. And God Unidas, despite not having outstanding punctuations, they are in the fourth position. 19 points for them. But it's still too little in comparison to what we've seen them do in the first round. And Bermuda was not one of their best maps. We're heading to Bermuda right now, and it's not one of their best maps. It was Purgatory. Can they turn it back around in Bermuda?
They can, especially if they're having kind of a regular, not an outstanding performance up until now. If they have one good match, maybe two good matches, really good matches, they are already going to be able to look out for the top of the punctuation in the day. But if they have one or two bad matches, then they will be bad again.
They will once again be a top team. And we check out the kill leaders inside of the teams here today. Guasha, with only one map, got the top of the standings in this Magic Squad. 4 kills for him in this match, the MVP of the match sided by Mandela. But this kid, this newcomer, is doing better for this lineup than probably got killed. An important player from Fluxo last season, a player that has experience, but Magic Squad is fitting better with Guasha.
Maybe it is different maps, different strategies. Maybe one player is more fit for something than other. But of course, Guasha doing very well on his debuting split in the LBFF, which is so very important. And let's see what he is going to be able to do with this third map.
We're going to Bermuda, which is a map that brings the emotions up, brings the confrontations. Everyone thinks they know better how to play Bermuda, and they go for the kills. So the hype is getting higher. Who do you expect to win, Isa? Who is your bet right now? In 5, 4, 3, 2,
Black
1.
Dragons Vasco.
Black Dragons Vasco. I'm going with 5, 4, 3, 2 Los Grandes. I'm going
First
with
team that
Los-
popped up in
the
both of
fir-
our heads.
Of course, it's on the top because we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R12D3 heading straight to Bermuda. This is your captain, myself, Fernandinho, and by my side, my co-pilot Isa, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa!
Third map, third match on our day. Today we are having Bermuda being the battlefield for this match, and of course we have all teams going to their particular drop calls. We don't expect any kind of drop call confrontations right now because we know that the teams have already understood each other, but they have an understanding, right? They have an agreement. This is my drop call, this is your drop call, but the airplane route wasn't bad enough to force any of those players to engage in any kind of confrontations. So let's see. Everyone right now is going to be able to make their loot, while we are seeing 0-0 Nation, one team that really needs to do better because right now their performance in the day isn't bad, but they need to do better if they want to get out of the bottom positions of the standings. If they want to threaten the top 12, they need to do a lot better today.
Now we see 0-0 Nation trying to take Renam Village. Drop call that is usually some taken by the squad of Netshoes Miners, and then we see the best moment from 0-0 Nation that was on the screen in the last map, taking the whole squad from Vasco with the grenades from Nicholas. He's becoming a really important player in this squad, doing the support with the grenades for the 0-0 Nation squad.
Yes, and of course, Nicholas 9 is also a player that just came to the LBFF. So this season especially, we are revealing a lot of talents, a lot of players that are really stars and have a lot of potential to go to the World Series, to go to win the LBFF, and to make history here in the Free Fire competitive scenario. So let's see how those players are going to be able to make their history all around the season. And I love the LBFF season. I just love it. It is so good to see how the teams are evolving, how the players are evolving, and of course, right now, in this match, we're going to have one more example of it. So let us know which teams you think are going to be able to do better, which teams you are hoping to do better, because of course, if you're a fan, you don't need to follow any logics, just one from your heart.
And now we see that this factory region that is usually really contested when before and Nitrox are in the map now becomes a safe zone for Tropa to go for the loot, and now a blue zone for them to get an amazing loot in an incredible position.
And you know what? D3 from Tropa already has made his position, their position, inside of that negative that Vivo Cage always takes over in Bermuda. Because Vivo Cage, of course, is not playing today. They have already taken that position, and D3 went there so much earlier than all of the rest of his teammates to make sure that he already was marking the position so that no other teams could go over and take it from them.
You became a rap god right now to say that. You were really quick on your
You
saying.
think?
You went with the flow. Fuck it, the next. No, you were
Really?
quick.
Did
You were
it
quick.
rhyme?
It's nice. It almost rhymed, but the flow was really good. I liked it. Shoutouts to Gigizinho Beautiful, the best nickname in the chat right now.
Beautiful.
Gigizinho Beautiful. It's not only beautiful. Jilkaye over here. Titan also over here. Almi Irfan saying hello from the Singapore server. Thank you for being here. Mudasir always here with us, and I just love this Gigizinho Beautiful nickname, and I love the aggressiveness from Magic Squad going against the players from Godinitas, taking down one of the players, but he took them down inside of the Heart Zone.
Yes, and of course, let's remember that Metagaming has eyes on that confrontation. So if Magic Squad may choose to make a rush towards Godinitas, which I'm thinking they won't, for just their position right now, Metagaming could really make it a three-team confrontation, not third, three-team confrontation. So let's see right now how these teams are going to be able to work their position, because the center of the safe zone isn't Piki, is between Piki and Bimazaki.
And look at Tropa getting there.
Tropa is in the negative that Vivo KG usually takes, as I've said before, and that is a strong position to make marks all over the map. They get views from Factory, from Pushnok, from Piki, so it is a good position and an important one.
Let's check out if this will happen, because Los Grandes is also getting there, and here they already take down one player from Metagaming. The kill went to Gus, and now they want to take down the players from Metagaming. Now he's with a fancy coffee cup right now. Really fancy, really bougie over here. And now we see Los Grandes trying to go over Metagaming. Rafa X goes to the floor. The grenade from Gus was really good. And Rafa is now on the floor. More grenades trying to take down. And Real also joins the fight. Eric will put Cebolinha down with a blast on his face. But Metagaming will not hold on. Los Grandes get the squad wipe. 3 kills, 2 on the hands of Gus. Now we see him, the players from Los Grandes watching the rotation from Real that is coming over, trying to take the north of control of Clock Tower from Los Grandes. The Skylar skill is used by Japa, trying to take down the ice and open up the place for his teammates to go over. And Magic Squad is also coming for the party. This could become a blast of a party, a rave right now for those squads. Gus is trying to find the grenades over there, and Japa XL brings the car for Real to escape that spot. Seems that they will not engage into the fight, but they will have to, because Fawn got the kill on Japa, and now Triple X is by the watchtower in a predicament, but Magic Squad is also coming over. They got their sights on the players from Los Grandes. Lots of shots trying to take down Gus, and he took a few inches of damage over there, but he's still alive. More grenades from Gus trying to take down the players from Metagaming. From Magic Squad, actually. Metagaming is already out by the hands of Gus in Los Grandes. One of the best grenadiers in the season over here. Gus tries to find the players from Magic Squad. He tries to get a good grenade out, and then we see Bobs trying to make it back against Gus. You are not able to, because the ice protected Gus, and now they wait for the players of the Magic Squad to come over. Fawn will go to the second floor as well, and now he has the information of Guasha by the antenna. Guasha now rotates. He will try to get together, to get closer to its teammates, while Bobs sends some grenades out, gives some damage to Juan, and Cebolinha has a lot of damage building up for himself. Now Bobs goes after Juan. Bobs will take him down. A nice blast with the charge being now with Cebolinha. What a job by Bobs, leading the rush for this squad of the Magic Squad. Now only 2 players to fight for Los Grandes. Fawn is down, now there's only 1. Drax got the kill. And Gus will try to keep the squad alive. Can he go for another clutch? My God, I don't think so, but he is inside of the duct. He will try to keep himself alive. He's using the charge buster. He will try to put Guasha down, but the AUG, the AUG, was able to put Gus to the floor, and Los Grandes goes down in the 11th position. There is no 13 teams in the match. It's only 11 teams, and now they are down, Isa.
Yes, Los Grandes is down for their first bad match of the day. Of course, they managed to guarantee a couple of eliminations, but Magic Squad really worked well with their timing, with this confrontation, and of course that L house, as we call it in Brazil, is a very, very competitive position, because a lot of teams go through it and want to take it, but Magic Squad was able to completely dominate it, and for a second there, I thought Real was going to make a rush, but they chose to stick to their positions. Of course, they had one last player. So right now, Magic Squad being the kill leaders of the match, and they have 5 kills already alongside with a very good position. So this match might go very well for them once again and take them up the leader.
Now we see that PIC is a really calm region, different from what we've seen a few times, mainly when we have Cruzeiro and Fluxo playing on the same day. We have Garuniras over there, we have Corinthians over there, Fluxo always on top of the peak, which is a really strategic position to be in Bermuda, right, Isa?
Yes, and Fluxo now making this a very strategic match, because they are not looking for eliminations. They did not get out of position, which is something that we don't always see from them.
But Loud, we see now trying to get to a good positioning. And one thing we are getting used to see is Loud going after Vasco. The two squads are facing each other all the time. And now Kronos is trying to lead against the players from Vasco, but he will go down. Kronos goes down with an amazing shot. It seems to me that it was Easy who took that shot, or Leno. Let's check this out. Kronos will be helped by his teammates. There are some grenades over there to try to get them in a good positioning to fight. And it's important to say that they are not only dealing with Vasco, but also with Magic Squad, Bimazak's trip being the usual fight region that it usually is.
Yes, of course, Loungy and Black Dragon's Vasco don't need to buy off this confrontation, especially because they might take hits from uphill. But Black Dragon Vasco doesn't seem to be wanting to let them off the hook because they are seeming to make a rush right now, and Hinder is already working his grenades.
One more grenade now from Noda, trying to take Hinder and forcing Hinder to slip away to a better positioning.
And Noda making the grenades, even though Kawan was the usual player for the grenades in the squad of Lounge. But right now, Noda takes that position from him, which probably means that Kawan will be once again focusing on rushing.
Let's see if this change will happen in this Loud squad, which has some sense, some it's okay, it makes sense, because Kawan is one of the best rushers in the game. He has the rushing awareness, and Noda is a good grenadier. There we see him taking down Easy with the grenade, now holding the players from Vasco from coming inside of the house. We see Lost trying to take out the ice of the door, and Corinthians is going after Fluxo by the peak. Now it's a fight to go down the pick, and Vic changes pair with an incredible shot with the grenade launcher, taking down two players from Fluxo. Cias and Osado. Osado now goes back to the lobby, and Cias is still on the floor, and they will go down. Fluxo in a bad day here today.
This is really not Fluxo's day. I have never seen this happen in this split, at least. We have never seen this happen. Fluxo doing so badly on all of the first three matches, of course. They still have 3 matches to compensate it. But what's interesting is that Black Dragon Vasco is also not doing well, but that we already expected from them, because Black Dragon Vasco is a team that usually wakes up in the last third matches.
It's been
It's
an
common.
notion we're having here that Vasco, as in football,
Vasco is just like
is the
just
team
like
of
you.
Virada.
Vasco is just like Marcelo. It take a while to wake up, need their coffee.
Yes, of course. And Vasco in football is called the comeback team.
Really?
Vasco é o time da virada, Vasco é o time do amor. And then we see Moreira bringing Tropa once uphill, now going down hills to take down the players from God Unidas, but Rigby will take the 3 to the floor. Rigby tries to bring it back, puts Moreira to sleep once again. Can he go for the clutch? Loud now down. Corinthians with a great match, taking Flux and Loud out of the match, but Mandela brings it back once again. One kill, the first kill for him, that was the MVP of the past 2 matches. 9 kills for him on this day. Tropa with an incredible
13 kills for Corinthians.
13 kills for Corinthians, taking down Loud, Fluxo, and some more players scattered all around the map. We see Memgod trying to take some shots out, and this Corinthians team now playing really aggressive with all 4 players still alive to go for the last safe zone, Ziza.
Yes, of course, Corinthians not only has guaranteed a lot of eliminations, they also have a very strong position inside of the safe zone, as well as Magic Squad. So let's see how those teams are able to make it under the hill, because Tropa is uphill and they are making their mark very well.
They have a great positioning, and they have sights. They have the vision onto all the teams that are coming uphill, that are coming to try to take their spot. We see that Magic Squad is the closest one, and they know that they will have trouble to go up hills against Tropa. It's better for them to wait for the safe zone to try to take Tropa away from there, right?
And look, right now, Real once again getting to an end game. They are going close to the safe zone, but they probably won't be able to make it.
Nicholas once again with the grenade, putting Drax to the floor. Lucky God brings in and takes Moreira down, but Moreira has the opportunity to be healed by his teammates uphill. We see Bobs holding on for this Magic Squad. Once again, 7 kills for the Magic Squad. Great positioning for them. And Tropa got a good safe zone for them to keep their control over the teams that are going uphill. We see 0-0 Nation surprisingly on the top 5 in this matchup. Guasha tries to take down the last player from 0-0 Nation, but he will be sent down by Mandela, saving Honey over there. Honey will steal the kill, but 0-0 Nation still being represented here by Honey ZL. Drax is inside of the house trying to keep Magic Squad alive because Bobs is on the floor and he will be taken down by Honey. Now there's only one player
Look at
to
where
fight.
Antunes is.
Antunes is on the
He
top.
fell there.
He fell there. He was just
He only
revived.
has a Glock.
He was just revived and he's using the outdoor to protect himself. Magic Squad goes down on the hands of Corinthians. 14 kills for Corinthians. Incredible job. And Antunes is hiding. He's big chill over there. He's saying, I'm not leaving this.
Did everything.
He's not leaving that spot anytime soon. He will
dragging.
just go for the
drag.
He will just drag himself up to the spot where he can be inside of the safe zone. And we see that Corinthians will have to go uphill. They will have to face off against Tropa. There is still Honey fight for 0-0 Nation. And we see Antunes trying to go down. Mem God sided him. Mem God saw him. And now Real goes down in the 4th position. Still a good position. 0-0 Nation going down for the safe zone. Now it's a 4v4 matchup. Corinthians has 17 kills. They can go for 21 if they win this fight. Grenades coming out. Kiledge goes down on the hands of Bunge. More shots from Mandela, taking down the rusher for Corinthians, but Mem God brings it back against Moreira, and it's a wipeout!
My God.
A destruction! It's a booyah! Corinthians! Their best map of the season! Going over 30 points! Corinthians takes an important booyah to come back to the fight for the top, Isa!
20 eliminations on their hands, and that is probably their best match, as you have said. But what amazes me the most is that Zenaki, their usual captain, is not playing. So it means that probably Mengoji has taken over the position as the team captain, and of course, making this booyah with 20 eliminations is going to give them a safer position inside of the standings, and that was an amazing match for Corinthians.
32 points.
Oh my God, 7 kills only for Mengoji.
He is one of the legends of LBFF.
Oh my God.
Bringing Corinthians to 32 points in one match, and Magic Squad amplifying the gap for Fluxo. Fluxo went down really poorly with a few points, and Magic Squad will take the leadership because they were 1 point behind Vivocate. They will go over 500 points, and they are opening the gap against Fluxo. Another great match by Tropa, 13 points for them. Still probably the best team of the day if Corinthians didn't get to them.
And Real once again on the top 6 in the points of the match. Of course, Real is not making legendary matches as Corinthians has done right now, but they are being very regular, which is something very important for them that were in danger. They were in the relegation zone in the beginning of the season. So right now they are taking closer and closer steps to the top 12. Of course, Black Dragons Vasco once again doing poorly. Fluxo surprisingly, very surprisingly, doing poorly, and Metagaming as well. What are we seeing from those teams today? Fluxo, Metagaming, and Black Dragons Vasco, teams that are usually always constantly on the top, are doing very badly, and I think it's a Monday bad luck.
And people are, you know Garfield, right? The cat.
Yes.
You know Garfield.
He hates Monday.
He hates Mondays.
Well,
Those teams are like Garfield.
apparently.
They are like Garfield, of course. And what a great game by Memgod. It's great to see one of the legends of LBFF back on the top. Now playing for Corinthians. He was a Furia player, and now he plays for Corinthians. And we will check out the standings, but right after a quick break, because we need to discuss a lot of things, and that will take some time. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back to bring you guys the emotions of the 3 last maps of the day.
E aí, rapaziada, suave, que é o Fon. Meu nome é Gabriel Vinícius da Silva, eu sou jogador da Los Grandes. Eu conheci o Free Fire quando eu tava no ensino médio ainda, no último ano do ensino médio. Pô, numa aula chata lá de literatura, os moleques, pô, tem um joguinho massa aqui. Toda aula de literatura a gente ia jogar Free Fire. Aí comecei a jogar competitivo. Então eu fazia faculdade de manhã, na época eu fazia engenharia. E à tarde e à noite eu jogava assim. E mais à noite, lá por 10, 11 horas, eu fazia o que eu tinha que fazer da faculdade. Cheguei na minha mãe e falei, mãe, vou ter que parar de fazer a faculdade, né? Eu vou ter que viajar pra São Paulo e tal. Eu tive que explicar pra ela todo o processo, como que funcionava. Eles apoiaram, eles sempre me apoiaram em tudo. E aí foi assim que eu comecei a minha jornada, assim. O time é um dos melhores que tem, eu acredito nisso. A expectativa tá lá em cima. Se Deus quiser aí, se Deus abençoar, a gente vai disputar o Mundial.
Tá fazendo muito abate, chegou dali do lado, já caiu primeiro, metagame, um abraço, Rony tá sozinho, 4x1, lá vem Los Grandes pra pôr na conta o primeiro, hein? O primeiro da tarde, vem doutrinando, um abraço!
Great story by Fuck. Leaving the college by phone, not fuck, by phone. It's the F players. If we got to, which players start with F, I would do good because F has a lot of players. But great story by phone. One of the best supports in the game right now.
Yes, of course. And what he has been doing for Los Grandes is really phenomenal. He's one of the main players of the squad. And it is very good to see him. As he said, his story is very good as well. We have so many great stories here on the LBFF. So let's check out the standings to see how Los Grandes is doing in those charts.
And since our director got tangled with his words saying standings, saying classificação in Portuguese, he got messed up over here. And we brought the standings for you guys to see that Magic Squad takes the lead indeed with 495 points, only 5 more for them to get to 500 points. Impressive start of the season for Magic Squad. Only 4 weeks, getting to 500 points, 7 Buyas, leading the league in Buyas, tied with Los Grandes.
And they have made a difference for Fluxo, that Fluxo had over them in the start of the day, which is very interesting to see how Fluxo is having probably their worst round up until now. Let's see for those rest of those 3 matches what they can do, but teams that has been, one team that has been going up is Corinthians. Corinthians now in the 5th position and very good.
4 spots up. Those 32 points they got in this map sent them from 8th to 5th, and now it's real to think that they can get to Fluxo, since Fluxo has only 5 points here today in 3 maps.
Yes, depending on Fluxo's performance, they can get to them, and if they have the same performance as they did in the first 3 matches, they can even pass Fluxo.
And what we did not point out, however, it's better for us to point out, even without the standings on the screen. Tropa with 355 points, Loud with 340. Tropa opening up a 15-point gap inside of the top 12 and leaving Loud outside of the finals zone, leaving them to the Access group. A great day by Tropa. They are right now the best team of the day, followed by Corinthians, and this is putting them not only in a position that they couldn't hold on for the season, that is inside of the top 12, and opening a margin to a team that fought to be in the top 12 but is not having a great day here today.
Yes, and of course we have some teams like Metagaming and Black Dragons Vasco not doing so well today. Up until now, both teams have had a bad performance, not what we expected. So let's see what comes up for those next 3 matches.
Your bet?
My bet for...
Mine is God Unidas.
I'm gonna go with Black Dragon Vasco once again.
She wants a Booyah from Black Dragon
strategy. It's a strategy.
It's not strategy. It's our FF squad that has a lot of Vasco players and you want them to punctuate.
Whatever.
It's not a strategy.
Tomato, tomato.
Potato, potato, my daughter. And then we see that we are going for the 4th map of the day. The bets are on. Shoutouts to Adaildo Filho over here. Rian also here. Kios Shigurei saying love from Malaysia. Love to Malaysia from us. Of course, thank you guys for being here. Bring your friends into the broadcast. Let's build this incredible community all inside of our airplane because the doors are closing. Our board commissioners are already giving you the instructions about the exit doors that goes like this. It almost looks like a Hadouken, but it's an direction for you to follow, because we are clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R12D2D5D4, oh my god, heading straight to Purgatory. This is your captain, Marcel Ferrantini, and my side, my co-pilot Isa, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa.
Yes, and this airplane route is going to make it a little hard for metagaming to get to Ski Lodge, for Forge to be able to be reached by whatever team is going there. And we are seeing right now all teams making their usual standard drop calls. This confrontation is having more tranquility, more of a slow match than we were expecting. All matches have been slow because in terms of early on eliminations, but of course they are exploding as we reach to the 5-10 minute mark. So let's check it out. Let's check out Fluxo that is on our screen right now, making their loot into Central. Let's see what they are going to be able to make out of those last 3 matches, because they get a full reload right now, a full reload on the day. Let's see if they are going to be able to make something out of it, because they need to. Their punctuation up until now was very bad, so they need to be able to save themselves and maybe take over the leadership from Magic Squad once again. But we love to see those fights for the leadership, fights for the top 12, fights on the relegation zone. Our tables, our standings are really a battlefield. We always see teams trying to go past one another, and that is no different from what we are seeing right now in the match.
And we gotta shout out a player that is not playing here today. Shout outs to Prozin. He's on his birthday here today, so happy birthday, Prozin. Hope you have hundreds and hundreds of years of life playing here in LBFF. Thank you for all your great job here, and congratulations for your birthday. Mateus Gomes is here, says he came from your Instagram. And now we see some of our Booyah streamers.
I'm a Booyah streamer, just to remind you guys as well.
Booyah.live/Isa13, right?
Yes.
Booyah.live/Isa13. Join Isa on her live stream. It's a really fun stream. I sometimes lurk over there to watch you play. You do play well. You do play well. You do play well.
Well, I'm having a hard time right now, but I believe that I am very past in the level of capability and of skill of playing for these players right now here on the LBFF. As we are seeing, I would love to play like Cias. Oh my god, I would have a blast. And no, I would be so full of myself if I played like Cias that no one would stand me. And I think that's very admirable, because Cias is a very humble player, even though he is considered probably one of the best, if not the best, player in the LBFF. He is very humble, so it is nice to see, because I could never.
So you know you're stuck up.
I could never.
So you know you're stuck up.
Kind of.
Now we see the players from Loud rotating, trying to get their best positioning right now. And Noda is the one not leading the charge, but going up hills, as we see Kronos with the motorcycle looking like a mobilette with the speed that is right now. And today is the 3rd year birthday for Loud. They got an America Cup, 2 World Series that they played on, and they were the runners-up in LB Series 6.
Yes, and of course that really shows how much of history Loud has here in the LBFF. Competing in 2 World Series is something that no other teams has. Loud is the only player that has competed on 2 World Series. So Loud really making their birthday into a special date here in the LBFF with us. But oh,
maybe Easy don't want them to have a happy birthday. He want them to Kronos, or maybe he want them to have a happy birthday party. He wants to send them away from the game as soon as possible for them to celebrate their birthday. And Kronos was brought down, but immediately brought back into the game by Kawan. The revive function being used in different ways here in the season.
Yes, and of course, this might be one example of what we've talked about, in the last week, that we talked about how some players are usually sent to their squad, for their squad, to make sure that there isn't anyone in the position they want to take, and if there is and that player conveniently dies, one of the players from their squad is already ready and up to save him, to make the revival out of him. So maybe one of those examples is right now, because Kronos was immediately saved by Kawan. And of course, now Loud knows that Black Dragons Vasco is positioned in the quarry by the hill of Moat House, and they need to take another position. That is a good notion.
Now we see, once again, Loud going up hills with Noda this time leading the charge, but trying to take that spot on the top of the hills. We see that Loud is trying to get to a good positioning, but no one is over there to harm them by that space, right, Izzy?
No one is over there to make any kind of conflict in Loud's best interests, but let's see what position they take, since they already know that Vasco, and of course they know that it is Vasco position in that quarry, because as they know, they always imagine the rotations from other players. We are having a bit of a sound problem right here, right? But as I say that, we are seeing the teams taking over their position, and 6 minutes into the match, and no one has died yet. No players were eliminated. So let's see if any teams are able to make a confrontation at this point, because we are getting closer and closer to the end game.
Shoutouts to Mr. José Augusto that is here with us on the broadcast. Mr. José Augusto, who is really special for little Isa over here. And shoutouts to tThe, saying he didn't know Isa was that good in English. Not only good in English, but in the game as well. She knows the game pretty well. And now we see that some other guys know the game really well. The guys from Fluxo trying to make it back to the game. They take 2 players down from Real, and they will try to take off those 2 remaining players from Real, who are Antunes and Japa over there, who are trying to keep this squad alive for Real. Now we see Ousado rushing, going after the player. Antunes will go down by the hands of Cias, and he takes the kill. There's only 1 player remaining for this Real squad. Let's see if they will keep alive, but Liberty is also coming over, trying to take the players from Fluxo, and Cias is taking a lot of damage, and probably will be the player left by his teammates to try to hold the whole squad of Liberty. We see Ousado, Japa, and Fac rotating. They are taking some damage because of the safe zone. Still a weak safe zone right now, not giving a lot of damage to the players. And now Cias gets together with his teammates to go over and leave the gases.
Yes, of course, they need to leave that gas quickly, because the safe zone is going to start shrinking in only 20 seconds. That is very little time for them to get to the safe area of the map, and even more little time for them to get to the next safe zone. But of course, right now, they're going to be taking the Jeep. Ousado and Japa BK are taking the Jeep towards the safe zone, where they will most definitely encounter Liberty.
Let's see if this will indeed happen, if this fight will indeed happen, because we also have once again Loud and Real and Vasco going at each other. Once again, all maps, this is the same story. Those 2 teams have similar rotations, and they always find themselves in the spots in the map. We see Lost now putting Easy to sleep, while Chucky tries to rotate, tries to go over and take down one of the players. It was Noda, and Kronos is giving him the support he needs. Once again, Chucky with the charge beam, trying to find Kronos over there, and the rotation is good.
Oh my god.
Shots taking half of Kronos' life. Noda is on the floor, and Loud will go down, decimated by Vasco. Destroyed by Vasco, that now has 5 kills to their name, and a great positioning in the safe zone, but they will have to deal with Tropa, the best team of the day here up until right now. But Japa BKR now takes the kill on Pato. Japa getting closer to the kill number 500. The first player that will probably reach the 500 kills in the history of LBFF, the Mr. LBFF, taking it back to himself. Easy now putting D3 to the floor. Moreira will try to hold the rush from Vasco that now has the advantage. Chucky puts Mandela to the floor. Vasco really aggressive right now, trying to take down the players from Tropa. It will be that second squad wipe, and they could go for 9 kills up until now. Moreira to the floor, Chucky wiping out, and tThe is the last remaining player for this Tropa squad. Let's check out if Vasco can get that kill, can get that squad wipe, while Mandela also goes back to the lobby. There's only one player who is tThe. He was the best player for Tropa last season. Not having the best season up until right now, but he will have to hold on against this full rush coming from Vasco. We see Leno leading the charge. Now 3 players are on the same floor as tThe, and he was scythed! Easy with the scythe, getting the squad wipe, and Vasco now has 9 kills, and their full squad still up to fight, Isa.
Their full squad still up for a fight, and that is an amazing amount of eliminations. They probably are going to get right now to more than 10 eliminations. And let's see how they're able to make their position inside of the safe zone, because they have a clear path around them. So Black Dragons Vasco coming strongly for the second Purgatory map. And of course, as we are always used to see from them, Black Dragons Vasco reacting, warming up just in time for the 4th map of the day.
Finally waking up, as you said. Vasco, a team really similar to me. Late to wake up and slow when they start, but really strong when they get to it. Now we see Liberty trying to take down the players from Fluxo. That fight is going on for like 5 minutes, and only one player went down, and now tThe takes down Japa BKR with a grenade. Now the support for Liberty is trying to rotate and trying to take over the spot. Now Vasco goes over and tries to face off against Corinthians, already taking down the first player from the Timão. Now on the floor, one player from Corinthians. They are trying to come uphill, and Vasco has the best positioning. Hender has the top-down side. He tries to take down Bent, who takes a lot of damage, and now Hender knows that the other players from Corinthians will try to take him down. Easy goes to the floor by the shot of Bent, doing really good now for Corinthians, while Vitinho XP tries to rotate and find the grenades onto the players of Vasco. Bunge taking a lot of damage, and now Vitinho XP is really close. He might surprise the players from Vasco, but the grenade did not take a lot of damage from Hender and showed up that Vitinho was trying to rotate. Hazur is by the edge of the mountain, while Leno still has his sights on Memgard. Memgard will put Leno to sleep. Nice Kappa from Memgard against Leno. Fluxo goes down once again in the 10th position. Awful day by Fluxo, losing this fight to Liberty, one of the teams fighting against relegation. This is really good for Magic Squad, who can open up some space in the rankings. Easy tries to hold on the climb from the players of Corinthians. Hazur will take them down, and there's only Chucky to fight for Vasco, who is trying to bring back Hender. He puts back Hender onto his feet, and the grenade is coming in and taking down Hazur. Nice Kobe by Hender, taking down one of the important players from this Corinthians squad. Memgard uses the Skylar skill to put down the player, and Chucky will get him. Chucky gets him from afar with a shotgun. 13 kills on the hands of Vasco. Three squad wipes for this Vasco squad.
Black Dragons Vasco really showing their true colors right now. An aggressive team, and they are being able to make everything they did not do in the first matches. So let's see right now, because God Unidas has an amazing position, and we know that this is their strong suit. Amazing positioning, amazing strategies. That is God Unidas all over the place.
My bad.
So let's see right now, Magic Squad taking down Metagaming.
Let's see if they will face off against each other, because the grenades are already coming in. Bobs and Drax fighting from the edge of the safe zone, and we see Guasha really far away from them, trying to support from afar. Liberty goes down for the safe zone. Drizzy was the last player killed, and Drax will put Rafa to the floor. Guasha brings it back, and Pops goes down on the hands of Chucky. Vasco joining that fight and getting a kill, quadra kill for Chucky. 14 kills on the hands of Vasco, while Hender takes Eric as well. Italu tries to rotate ponies on the floor. There's only Kawe to fight for Metagaming and 2 players for the Magic Squad, while Hender tries some shots out and Kawe will put Italu to the floor. Drax gets the last kill, takes Kawe to the floor, and Metagaming goes down in the 6th position. Now there are 5 teams and only 10 players. All teams are kind of unbalanced right now. They don't have their full squads, and Guaxa will try to take down the players from Vasco through the watchtower. We see Drax also climbing the hill to try to rush and help his teammate Guaxa on the sniper. Hender tries to cook up the grenade, but takes a lot of damage from himself. Chucky will go to the floor. Hender now has to deal with the rush from Drax. He uses the grenade launcher to try to put Hender to the floor, while he tries to bring Chucky back into the game. He tries to find some space, some moment, and he will go down. Nice job by Guaxa finding the kill, finally putting Vasco out of this matchup. 3 teams, 6 players still in this matchup, and Gadonidas is the only team with 4. But now Juninho XL is on the floor. He might be helped by his teammates, while Rigby tries to take Guaxa to the floor and gets it. Gets the kill, but Drax now with the grenade. The grenade launcher shots from Rigby are dangerous. Guaxa tries to leave over there, takes a grenade launcher shot to the chest, but doesn't go down. Now he will go down. Now he will go down. And I win the bet, so it's a boo! Yeah, Gadonidas! Playing their usual game, defending their location, taking the center of the safe zone really early, and with only a few kills. However, the Booyah makes up for it. It's a great Booyah for Gadonidas, trying to fight back to the top, Isa.
Finally, we have the Gadonidas that we know back to the game, getting the Booyah. As we have said before, they usually prioritize the positioning, and they did that so well in this match. And of course, we have Magic Squad once again being very regular. Magic Squad once again getting to the end game, and they are going to open up a good margin with the leadership.
They are going over.
Look at Hender. And CS, let's remember, CS basically had no kills today. I don't know if but maybe if he had was like 1 kill. Maybe
only a few kills probably for CS. While we see Hender with 6 and 23 points for Vasco, only on kills. They got their points on kills. 17 points for the Gadonidas, 15 for Magic Squad, 11 for Los Grandes. That started well, had 2 first good maps, and a poor third, however, a good 4th map once again. Good day by Los Grandes.
Yes, and of course, for the first time in this day, we don't see Tropa in the first half of the punctuation charts. Tropa did not do so well in this match, but Los Grandes' good performance is really surprising. It's a regularity that is nice to see from them. And of course, Magic Squad, I don't have any words for them. They are the leaders, the current leaders, and they're opening up an even bigger margin. So let's check it out right now. Corinthians coming from a chunky Booyah with 6 points, followed by Fluxo and Loud once again doing badly.
Finally, a bad map by Tropa in the 10th position right now, and we get some information on the kill leaders. This is it correct, my director? Let's check the standings and then the kill leaders list. First, let's go for the standings. Magic Squad getting to 510 points, opening up a 36 points against Fluxo. 26 points against Fluxo right now, Isa.
That is a good margin, especially considering that we only have 2 matches left. So it is going to be hard for Fluxo, but not impossible, because we have seen Fluxo making such amazing gameplays. So let's see if Fluxo is able to get to Magic Squad, as Gadonidas with their Booyah right now passes over Team Liquid, and they have a big chunky margin over Tropa. Tropa that is still close to Loud, but not too close. And right now, Black Dragons Vasco also going up Corinthians, and they might, as I add again, do well on those last couple of matches, because they love doing well on the last minute.
And we know that Vasco, with this map, puts themselves only 27 points behind Vivocade. We still have 2 more maps. They have to average 14 points to go over Vivocade and join the top 3 still here today. It's possible for them to be fighting for the top up until the end of the day. Corinthians as well and Metagaming, those are the 3 teams that can possibly fight for the top 12, for the top 3.
Yes, of course. And we have in the bottom of the standings once again Real, 0-0 Nation, and Liberty. But right now, Real is the best one of those teams. Real might be able to, if they have to last couple of matches, to good last couple of. Oh my God! Look at the MVP rankings. I love this part.
Only one kill for CS here today. Bob's getting to 72, doing really good here today. Easy with 71, also doing a good job. And Hender with 69 kills. Some of them trying to get to CS, however, they only got to where Trap started the day. The advantage that CS had today was amazing. And let's remind the guys from Saturday. Saturday seemed to not be a good day for CS. He had 10 kills in 5 maps, and then he got 10 in the last one. He got
then he's gonna get 20 kills in one match if the proportions go right.
He still has 2 matches. I will never say that CS will not get 10 and 10. I will never say it.
Well, right now we have Bobs and Easy being the highest candidates to take away the difference from CS. And of course, to take away that difference, they need that CS does badly for more those 2 matches. So we're going to have the last couple of matches, and all that those players from the ranking of kills want is that CS keeps on doing badly. But of course, we know that does not sound like him at all.
Do you know who is the player who has the most kills in Kalahari in this season?
Who?
CS. We're going to Kalahari, and CS is the player with the most kills in Kalahari. So I'd never bet against him. I don't have the guts to bet against the best player in the world right now. CS probably is the one who can bring Fluxo back to a good day here today. They are not having their best day. I'm going to bring you guys the exact number for Fluxo here today, because this is probably the worst day for this squad in LBFF. I'm checking right now the points of Fluxo here today. Let me just check this out in 1 second. Our great network of computers is working right now, and we have Fluxo as the worst team of the day with 11 points. It's by far their worst day in the league. CS with only 1 kill. This is the time for them to turn on the engines and run.
That is shocking that they are in the last position, but it is good news for the candidates for the MVP, of course, as I've said before. But let's check it out directly from Kalahari if we're going to see CS making his role as the biggest killer in the Kalahari map.
Who is getting the booyah right now? Your bet?
My bet is going for...
You're going to say BD Vasco.
Just to spite you, Black Dragons Vasco.
My bet is Fluxo. They will turn this around right now, and CS will take at least 5 kills. This is my bet. I'm going for a bold bet.
That's for the MVP. Right.
Bets from the MVP, CS. You're
I'm gonna
betting
go
on
easy.
Easy. Okay, because we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R12D5 heading straight to Kalahari. This is your captain, Marcel Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot Isa invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa.
Time to drop, and this is the second to last match, not only on the day, but in the week also. So let's see what those teams are able to do. We know that some teams need a better performance, like Fluxo, that is currently the worst team of the day, like 0-0 Nation, like Real, like God Unidas, that even though they just got the booyah, still needs those extra points if they want to compete for the first half of the standings. So let's check it out right now, because Real was rewarded with the blue zone this time, and we have a lot of expectations for this match. Of course, teams that have been doing regularly, that have been doing so good, like Tropa and Los Grandes, even Corinthians have been doing kind of well, especially with their Bermuda match. Let's check them out and see how this goes. But Laude, the birthday boys, right here in our screen.
And we gotta say that God Unidas got a good positioning by the refinery, and they spread their players north, south, east, and west on refinery, not allowing the other teams to get positions nearing that spot in the refinery. You will get to see where the first safe zone will go to right now. but it's important for them to control the center of the safe, because wherever they need to go, they have a good rotation spot, right? As we see, changes in Loud. Will coming in for Noda. Two straight rushers in this team right now. Lost and Will, and Kawan will probably go back to the Grenadier position.
Yes, and it is very interesting to see how Loud is changing their roles, how Loud is adapting their rotations, their positionings, and of course VM7 back to the Real squad, which is good to see because VM7, as I've said before, is one of the highlights of Real, so let's check it out.
Let's check this out. And we saw some coming from the coming from the Portuguese broadcast, but of course we don't know what that is all about because they are doing their broadcast, we are doing ours, and I don't know which jokes they are going through, but probably Isa wish she had this sound to play when I got to my joking moments.
Oh my god, yes, please.
Shout outs to Croata. I'm not falling for that joke, man. 10 years working on television. Do you think I will fall for Mr. Kuka? Do you really think I'll fall for Mr. Kuka?
What?
Don't read this out loud. Please don't. Do you think I'll fall for Mr. Kuka? My man. Shout out to Facts Everything saying he loves the female anchor. She is beautiful and the male anchor has a nice bass voice. Thank you very much for Facts Everything. Darwin FF asking for a code. You own them a code. You own them a code because I win the bet last map.
Well, you gave them two, so one of them is mine.
No, those are mine. You own them a code. You guys go to Isa's Instagram and flood her DMs asking for codes because she owns you guys a code. Shoutouts to Titan, shoutouts to São Paulino saying it's tough for Fluxo here today. SAJ Erra saying he loves you, Isa. Satoru Gojo over here saying Isa knows about the English. Yeah, she does. Samyak Marhajan over here. And also Dilkaye asking, shouting out for Fluxo, asking, let's go, Fluxo, let's go. And Garonidas got a booyah in 6 of the 8 rounds that they played up until right now in LBFF 7, which is indeed a good start for a team that came back from Serie B, right, is it?
Yes, and of course, they are right now in the refinery zone, usually taken over by before, but right now they own this position, and they should be able to work it well, knowing that they are a team that works very well with their positioning. So let's see if Gajunidas gets once again a booyah in this Kalahari match.
We see that Loud might now go after the players of Liberty, and it seems to me that Liberty became a target for the players of the other teams to try to take some more points for themselves. Liberty is not being able to hold on against the other teams coming after them, so they seem for the other teams like an easier target, and they are being targeted more than ever before.
Yes, of course. And we have right now Liberty being in a real need of a better punctuation once again. Let's see, because yesterday they managed to do better in the last matches. So maybe we're going to see that happening again. This match for them is going to be clearly a slow rotation because they are still making their loot. The safe zone has already closed and it's already shrinking. So let's check it out. While Black Dragons Vasco is on the screen and they are all as well making slow rotations.
People asking for Murilo's Zika to go away from Loud here today. It seems that it will not go.
It can go.
Because Loud is still having a poor day here in those first 4 matches. Diego Henrique saying he's a fan of Fluxo and a fan of Camilota. And we don't have a Camilota here in our broadcast. It's a shame. Camilota is a great worker. She would do well here in the English broadcast. Carlos Eduardo is here over there as well. We have Raimunda Feitosa here also in the chat. And everyone is over here helping us bring you the best place in the season, as we see Will playing for the first time here today with a woodpecker on his hands.
Yes, of course, a lot of expectations on Loud. Loud that had a good match, but they still did not make a good performance all throughout the day. And zero.
Isa just kicked me on the chin. Oh my God! On the shin, not the chin. Holy
My twitching leg, it just. Oh.
Jesus! My man!
Oh my God. So right now, Liberty taking a name at Loud, and they already took down Kronos. Marcelo, recover, please.
Now Kronos is on the floor, as I am right now, crying because of my shin that was just destroyed with a boot from Isa. And now we have Will, Kawan, and Lost trying to rotate and get to a good spot where they could try to bring Kronos back to this matchup. But we also see Fluxo trying to take over and put the players from Los Grandes back on the lobby. Shots from Japa BKR trying to avoid Juan and Fon to rotate. Kiledi will take down Lucky God. He will take the kill. And some shots are going out. Great grenade getting the side of Cias, but taking no damage. And he will get together with Ousado and Fak to start their rotation. Japa using the tower, but he might be surprised by the players from Liberty coming from behind them. Ousado trying to find a good spot for him to enter this battle against Los Grandes. Fak is by his side. They want to take a good that positioning that would be really a good positioning that has a hard zone by their sides. What are you laughing at?
I'm still laughing at the same thing.
The bomb you threw at my shin.
Fluxo is not laughing right now.
Not laughing because Japa BKR is on his knees. And Fluxo will have only 3 players to fight against 2 teams, Liberty and Los Grandes. It would be a tough fight for Fluxo to go in. The rush is on, and the players are trying to go after Los Grandes. Cebolinha will get the kill on Japa BKR. Now we see Fak and Ousado jumping the windows to go after the players from Los Grandes. They are still kind of afar, and they will need to take control of that region if they want to use the hard zone. Now Easy takes Triple X to the floor, and now he tries to go over VM7 with the scythe. Easy with a great highlight kill, getting VM7 to the floor, and he will confirm the kill on Triple X. VM7 also goes to the floor. 2 kills for Easy. Now he has 73 on the season, trying to go after Cias with 89. And there now goes back to the floor, and he tries to go after the players from Real. Tatu and Antunes over there. The grenade launcher shots are coming over. And we see Leno also leading the rush. Hender will put Antunes to the floor, but Tatu brings it back. Send Hender and Easy to the floor. But Real will not survive because Chucky is coming from behind. And Vasco takes another wipeout, this time on Real Isa.
Yes, and look at what is going on the borders of Playground. We have 3 teams making their confrontation, and Fluxo is just watching.
And now Liberty going after the players from Los Grandes, as Isa pointed out. They got 2 on the floor, 1 on the lobby. Now there's only Juan to fight, and Fluxo is waiting for that battle to come over. And they will probably try to take the spoils of war. We see Juan, the last player from Los Grandes, taking down Pato. He will go for a nice Guisado here today, but he will have to do it on the next map because Los Grandes is back on the lobby. You don't know what a Guisado is?
Is it something
It's a
you
species
eat?
of food.
Oh.
It's a way to cook Pato, to cook duck.
Oh my God. No one would ever understand that.
No, I did that joke in Portuguese, so no one would ever understand it. Because I don't know how to say guisado in English.
Wow, but even if you made it in Portuguese, I would still not understand it.
But you don't understand. Guisado is a common food.
I know that is a food, that it's a food, but I didn't know it was made out of duck.
It can be made of a duck or rabbit.
That's disgusting. Okay.
It's not disgusting. It's really good. However, we still have 0-0 Nation positioned by the command post. No Corinthians there. They are on the side, on the satellite houses of command post.
Yes, and of course the safe zone is really favoring them and favoring Tropa that once again is up for a good match. They had a perfect, almost perfect Kalahari map in the last match. So let's see if right now they are able to guarantee the Booyah. But Black Dragons Vasco is once again making their aggressiveness into Magic Squad.
Trying to come over and taking some players out. Vasco already with 4 kills. They want more. They went for more than 20 points in last match, getting kills, and they want to repeat what they did. They want to fight for the top. Grenades coming in from Magic Squad. We see Guasha playing from afar. Vasco will try to take down a player and rush, but Drax is the one who takes down the first player. It's Chucky that goes to the floor. Now Magic Squad has the advantage on Vasco, and Chucky is on the floor, but Hender is by his side. K1 gets the kill on Chucky. He steals the kill from the players of Magic Squad, but now Drax gets another kill stolen by Loud. They are coming for the fight. Leno is the last player remaining for Vasco. Liberty goes down in the 10th position on the hands of Loud once again. They are being aggressive in this match, and their formation allows them to be aggressive with Will, K1, and Lost leading the charge. We see Loud trying to rotate and trying to get a good sight off the players from Magic Squad, and Lost will take the kill on Leno. Vasco goes down in the 9th position right now, and they will not fight for the top anymore. Metagaming with Mamute back into this match, taking down the players from God Unidas. Bão will put Mike to the floor. Another takedown for Metagaming as the fight goes on. Miguel takes down Mamute, but Bão brings it back. And God Unidas goes back to the lobby after a quick wipeout by Metagaming, working well with Mamute in their lineup. Finally, Mamute being brought back into this game, Isa.
Yes, and of course, Metagaming that just came from a good match right now, up for a good match again. Metagaming making sure that they make the changes that they did not get right in the first half of the day.
Magic Squad trying to hold on. K1 with the double takedown with the grenade. Nice job by the veteran K1. He wants to take Japa BKR on that list, on that run for the kill number 500. He takes Guasha, and Loud is still going for the fight, but Bobs brings it back, sends K1 to the floor, while Loud tries to rotate, tries to trample and trap the last player for Magic Squad, who is Bobs, who is surrounded by teams. He has to deal with Metagaming on the side, Tropa on the north, and Loud on the east. He is completely surrounded right now in this fight.
And also Metagaming holding such a good position. Right now Magic Squad struggles to keep alive in the match. Tropa as well coming strongly in Corinthians. That has really been surprising us today because they had their ups and downs. They are going through substitutions on casting, on escalation. So let's see how Corinthians... Oh my god, the safe zone has favored Metagaming so much.
Indeed, Metagaming has the center of the safe zone on the open. The problem is they are out in the open. However, they have a rock to protect themselves. They have an edge of the land over there to protect themselves that could save them. But it seems that Loud is coming from behind them and could surprise that team of Metagaming. They are taking their possible shelters by the edge, and they will hold on. Magic Squad finally goes down on the hands of Loud once again. Bobs is the one on the floor. Now we have Honey taking down the player 0-0 Nation with a good match up until right now. 15 players as we reach 15 minutes in this match. We're getting to the end of it. The last safe zone is really good for this Metagaming squad, as Isa pointed out, and Nicolas is trying to take down the players from Fluxo. Fluxo will have to go for a really tough rotation, and they will not be able to. Nicolas takes Fak to the floor, and Fluxo finally at least get a balanced map against Magic Squad, Isa.
Yes, but it is not going to be nearly enough to compensate Fluxo's bad performance in the 4 first matches of the day. Of course, right now, Tropa and Metagaming, the strongest candidates for the Booyah, are being able to guarantee kills over the squads that are making their way into the safe zone.
We see Lost on the floor, and the aim is onto him, but the players from Tropa now try to take the center of the safe zone. They will go after Loud. Kawe gets the kill on Kileji with the car. Nice job by Kawe once again. And now Lost puts the player to the floor and goes back to the floor while Kawe steals the kills that Lost was trying to get. We see the 3 on the floor. Kawe will get that kill, and there is only one team player for Tropa, not anymore. What a quick wipeout and what a great boo! Yeah, Metagaming! smartly played, taking the center of the safe zone, controlling all the sides, protecting their backs, and Metagaming finally get a good map, and not only a great good map, but a great booyah here for today is
Metagaming is back on the day, and they had 10 eliminations to go alongside with their first booyah in the day.
And we are going for a quick break, and then after the break we are bringing you guys all the numbers that we can bring on this map. We are back live to bring you guys the emotions of the last map of the day, and we got to check the standings to see what changed in this fifth map here. After we go to Kalahari, after we come from Kalahari, we see Metagaming take them positions from Vasco and Corinthians, and now they are the ones targeting Vivo Kaden before.
Yes, of course. Metagaming approaching Fluxo still has a big of a difference to take away from Fluxo, but of course they are very close to Black Dragon Vasco and Corinthians that are going to be competing alongside with Vivo KG and Before to take over the top 3. But we have Magic Squad opening up a 27-point margin over Fluxo, and Magic Squad is going to be able to sleep so happy tonight because I am sure that their head coach Lukinga, the previous champion of the LBFF, is going to be so happy.
Lukinga is a previous champion and last season played on CUB, became the coach for this Magic Squad and is doing an incredible job. Incredible job with this Magic Squad, and 27 points ahead of Fluxo means that they would have to go with 0 points back to the lobby, and Fluxo would have to have an incredible match for them to take the leadership from Magic Squad. It's 99% sure that Magic Squad will sleep this whole week as the leaders of LBFF.
Yes, and of course, this is probably the first time we are going to have a different leader because Fluxo has been leading the standings for 3 weeks straight, if I'm not wrong. So very good to see the competitiveness for the leadership becoming stronger and becoming more and more complicated, because that's what we like to see. And of course, what hasn't changed is our bottom teams, and we need them to change.
It seems that they will have indeed a tough second half of season to try to go away of the relegation zone, but it's indeed the first week that we end without Fluxo on the top, because the past 3 weeks, Fluxo was on the top with one of the teams 1 point behind them. We saw Vasco finish a week 1 point behind Fluxo. We saw before finish a week 1 point before Fluxo. So it is indeed the first
And
week.
Magic Squad being the first team that was able to actually get
Take
past
it.
from Fluxo.
Indeed. Your bet for the last map? You're going to say BT Vasco.
No, I'm sick. I think I'm giving them bad luck. I kind of feel like I'm giving them
The
bad
only
luck.
map you didn't bet on BT Vasco was the one they got the booyah. Actually.
Dr. Vasco did not get any
They
booyahs.
didn't get the booyah. They got the 23 points.
Yes, but I did bet on them on that
you
one.
bet on them. You bet on
So
them.
I'm gonna go for Fluxo.
Fluxo, okay, I'm going with let me go full Paigalo over here. I'm gonna go with Los Grandes because we are getting really ready and clear to go for the skies. Our control tower is here asking for us to wait a bit, but no, now they are giving us the clearance. We're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R12D6 heading straight to Bermuda. This is your captain Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side my co-pilot Isa invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa.
Time to drop, and for our final map of the day we have Bermuda. And this day, especially in this Monday, the pilot has been extra nice to everyone. He did not give any airplane routes that were extremely hard for any kind of teams. So let's take a look on how the teams are positioning around the map. Of course, we have the team of Fluxo going for peak, their usual call. Liberty might have a bit of a hard time getting to Cape Town, but they probably will be able to, because I don't see any players for Fluxo trying to make a mark out of them. Gajunidas going straight to Mill, and Los Grandes has been rewarded with the blue zone, which will give them that extra loot, maybe give Foam, who we've seen the story of here in this VT. An extra sniper, some bullets in the sniper, so maybe we're going to see an amazing job of Foam. That is one of the most esteemed sniper players here in the LBFF.
We see Metagaming try to go for their usual rotation, sending Eric to survey their surroundings. That 007 function, the 007 function, spying on the rotation from the other teams as Metagaming position themselves by the clock tower. Once again, using that scapegoat player to go after some information, Isa.
Yes, and of course, Magic Squad, our current leaders of the standings right now, come with Bueno in this place of Italo. So Bueno, that is a rush player, that is a very good player, that has also been a very important part of the Magic Squad's performance, now playing. And let's see what changes for Magic Squad in this last map. We know that the last map brings a lot of new attitudes towards the teams. We know that some teams choose to be more aggressive, some teams really need to hold off their points, so they really try to hold their positions. But we know what to expect from Magic Squad, and that is a big punctuation, because today they are simply on fire.
We see that Bimazaki is now once again controlled by Magic Squad, and we know that this is a rotation zone usually taken by most of the teams here. And some applause for the Magic Squad rotation probably, as we see that Los Grandes is taking the blue zone by the observatory, and Loud is right by their side. This could become once again a battle between those two teams, and we've seen Loud taking battles against teams consistently the same. Vasco, Los Grandes, Liberty, those teams are always interceding the rotation from Loud.
Yes, of course, Loud has a lot of drop calls that we know to be very surrounded, and they really choose sometimes to make aggressive advances at other teams out of necessity or maybe out of sheer will. But we see Loud usually taking good positions around their drop calls, and of course, right now the safe zone is already shrinking. We are getting to 4 minutes in the match, and Loud is making their mark at the graveyard area. Kawan on top of the house. Let's see. Oh, they spotted Los Grandes on the sky.
They spotted Los Grandes trying to use the pet to go to a better positioning as Loud shoots them from the graveyard, but no players were taken down. I don't know if any of them took some damage even.
I don't think it was. They were within Loud's region of vision. Even though they could see them, they probably couldn't shoot them because of the renderization. But right now, Metagaming is taking down Killity from Choppa.
And they got the Booyah. And now Mamute gets the first kill, gets the first blood in this matchup. And it's probably the time for Mamute to show that he fits well this Metagaming squad, because he was being left out by Altman just because he thought that Mamute was not fitting that well on the rush for this squad, isn't it?
Yes, that is true. But right now, one other fight that we have seen happen already, Corinthians getting out of Sentosa and going straight for Cape Town, where Liberty usually takes place. But what interests me the most is that Liberty already can predict that rotation from Corinthians, and even though they can predict, they rarely mark Corinthians as they get to Cape Town.
And now we have the confrontation going on. Drizzy tries to take down Vitinho XP. We see Bungie by there. And some grenades being thrown at the players of Corinthians. Hype is trying to hold the players inside of the house and trying to force Corinthians to engage into that battle from afar, to put them in a poor position to fight. Hype is there, trying to hold with the help of Pato. Drizzy using the grenades. They will have to deal with Memgad that is rotating from behind the house. Vitinho XP rotating for the other side. They might get sandwiched by the players of Corinthians. We see Hazur over there getting to a better positioning with Bungie, and he will take Hype to the floor. Nice rotation by Corinthians, now taking their players outside of the house and forcing and sandwiching the players from Liberty. Pato uses the ice to protect himself. Hazur will get the kill. Vitinho XP puts Drizzy to the floor, and Pato now will try to hold on with the help of tThe. We see that Fluxo is also fighting against Tropa, and Davi will get Hazur with the grenade. It starts to become dangerous for this Corinthians squad. Vitinho XP tries to come over. Davi will put Bun to sleep once again. Now it's a 2v2. The advantage from Corinthians went down, and Memgad brought Davi to the floor, but Pat brought it back, and Liberty will finally go down on the hands of Vitinho. But what a dangerous fight for Corinthians right now after they got the advantage on the beginning of the matches.
Yes, maybe if Liberty hadn't lost that player in the early beginning of the confrontation, they would still be able to wipe Corinthians, but not today, Liberty. Corinthians is able to get the confrontation, and they already guarantee 4 kills, and probably they are going to save Bungie, put him back on the game. But right now, look at Magic Squad right alongside with Los Grandes, and this is an interesting fight, Marcelo.
It's a really interesting fight because Magic Squad lost a player. Bimazak is a place where lots of houses can shelter the players, but the numbers advantage can make it count for Los Grandes, and we see that they are going 2-on-1 against Guaxa with Cebolinha leading the rush. Guaxa now taking the shots, and Gus will take him down, but Guaxa brings it back and sends Juan to the floor with the scythe. Fawn tries to take some shots out, puts a lot of damage onto Bobs, and Gus will finish it off. Guaxa once again with the scythe confirms the kill on Juan. Grenades from Gus. He will probably find the grenade onto Guaxa over there, and they will take them down. Gus once again getting the kill on Guaxa and forcing Los Grandes back to forcing Magic Squad back to the lobby. Now Gadonidas fighting against Vasco by the east edge of Bimazak Strip, and Miguel has the information on the players of Vasco, but it seems that Vasco will not try to engage directly in this battle face to face.
Yes, and of course right now, God Unidas and Black Dragon Vasco are both in good positions, so it is not mandatory that they engage in any kind of confrontations, but we know that Black Dragons Vasco is a team that likes to buy off confrontations that they don't need to be in, and we saw them in the last Bermuda match in the same exact position, and they made the rush towards Laude. It was Laude instead of God Unidas, but right now they are seeming to retreat, so in the last Bermuda match, they ended up going back to the lobby very early on the match, even though they made the rush towards Laude. They took hits from other teams, so they went back to the lobby early, and now they are not making the same mistake because they are making the round about in the map, and now we see Metagaming again in a good position and with 2 kills already.
They got the 2 kills, and now we see some of the teams that are maybe trying to enter the safe zone. by the edge, and we see Antunes getting 2 takedowns on the 0-0 Nation players, while Nicholas uses the chrono to try to protect, and he uses the ice to get a quick escape by the side of that hangar over there, and Nicholas brings it back. tThe puts Nicholas to the floor. 2 takedowns for tThe. Real has the upper hand, and 0-0 Nation will be eliminated. There's only 1 player still remaining. He goes to the safe zone. We don't know still
He wants the
who is
store.
this player. He wants to go for the store and save some of his teammates in Catolishua. However, the safe zone is shrinking, and they will have to run, even if they come back to the game, Isa.
Yes, of course, Real is hunting for Honey. He was the last player, but 0-0 Nation has just gone back to the lobby. Even though Honey tried to do everything he could not escape Real. That is now going to have to handle with Los Grandes.
Another bad day for 0-0 Nation. Once again, still not able to get away from the relegation zone. They are still not into the relegation zone, but still close and dangerously threatened by the relegation zone. We see Real going for their rotation, while Los Grandes tries to scout that rotation. They saw the players,
Yes,
and they are
they've seen
using
it
the
coming.
negative to scout the rotation from Real, is it?
Of course, another team that is threatened right now is Real, that is making that rotation all around the gas, and this gas already hurts the player, already takes a lot of damage from the players, and it is going to shrink very soon. So Real better get a good rotation and a fast one, otherwise they won't be able to make it out, and Los Grandes, to be even worse for them, to even worsen their situation, is already with marks on their heads.
They have the marks onto the players from Real, and we see a fight going on, a crazy fight going on right now between Loud and Gadonidas. We see Rigby trying to take some grenades, and Kawan brings it back. Nice grenade shot, putting Rigby to the floor, while Will tries to go up hills and lost. Will get the takedown on Mike and the kill, but Jonin brings it back, sends 1 player to the floor. There is Tropa also getting to the fight. Gadonidas goes back to the lobby, and Loud still have their all 4 players on the match, but Kronos needs some help up. Kawan is trying to hold Mandela on the rush, as we see Kawan recovering up a little bit of life there, because they just came from the fight against Gadonidas. The ice comes in, Kawan tries to find a better spot to fight against Mandela. He has a grenade on his hands, and now Lost tries to open up the path, while Vasco fights Real on the other side of the map. Mandela takes Kronos to the floor, and Corinthians also joined that fight. He gets the kill. He's trying to hold Will outside of the house with Kawan and Lost, since they lost Kronos in this battle. Once again, the shots coming in. Mandela takes down 1 player. It's Lost. A nice kappa by Mandela. Nice kappa by Mandela once again. He has half of his life. He takes a lot of damage onto Kawan. He will get the double kill on the players that are inside of the house, and Kawan now has to rotate. He's all by himself. Can Mandela clutch this out and keep Tropa alive all by himself? As we see Corinthians on the other side of the house trying to get a peek of this fight, and Mandela has tThe as a support player playing by the other side. He's trying to push Kawan to the side where tThe has the best point of view for him to try to help. Los Grandes now taking Real, the expected fight between those 2 teams, and now taking also Vasco out of the match, taking some players of Vasco. But CS comes over and takes tThe. Now he takes Kawan and gets the double kill for him to go over 90 kills in the season. Gus will get the kill on Hender. Juan gets on easy. And Vasco is outside of the game. Real also goes down. Now Juan gets down by the grenade of Gus. He just shot a grenade onto his teammate right now. Juan is probably talking a lot on his ear. He said, "Shut up!" and throw the grenade on the floor.
And of course, Mandela is still alive for Tropa. What an amazing job by Mandela. Kawan really must be mad right now at his squad, because they lost they lost completely their position, and hard times for Loud.
Mandela still alive, still keeping Tropa alive. Great day by Tropa, team that was having average days today, going over 60 points, and finally breathing a little bit of fresh air inside of the top 12. We see Fluxo with a good positioning. Who did I bet in?
I have no idea.
I said Fluxo.
I said
No,
Fluxo.
you said Fluxo. I said Los Grandes. We see Japa BKR from
Liar.
the top down. I said Los Grandes.
Liar.
You can rewind the broadcast and see it. CS gets another kill for himself. 3 kills for him in this matchup. The shots are coming from the top down. CS has the grenades, has the space, has the vision to try to get the players from Corinthians. He's a great grenadier, trying to go over the players from Corinthians. Ousado will put 15 ships to the floor. CS takes Hazur, and Ousado confirms those kills. Now, 4 kills onto CS, and Corinthians is wiped out on the hands of Japa BKR, going for the kill number 500 in the history of LBFF in his career. He will be the first one to take it. He tries to hold the players from Los Grandes. Mandela still alive, still rotating, and CS gets the kill on Mandela. He woke up. 5 kills for CS. Trying to take out the MVP list. Once again in Bermuda. This man loves this map. He loves to take kills in this map. It's just incredible. Faca and Ousado now trying to hold the flanking from Metagaming, from Pão and Mamute. Cauê also by the edge of that safe zone. Some grenades coming over, trying to take the players from Flux. We see Fac rushing away from that grenade with the help of Ousado, and the safe zone closes all the way to help Fluxo. Perfect positioning by Fluxo right now to try to take the Booyah. We see CS cooking the grenade, going for the throw on Eric, but the Chrono saves Eric over there. Some grenades out, and Pão puts CS to sleep, and he will take CS down. No record for you, CS. Los Grandes also coming over and trying to take down the players from Metagaming. Mamute rushing. He has the M249 on his hands, and he has the sight. He uses the ice, but he will go to the floor because the rush from Los Grandes is really tough. Eric will go to the floor. Fluxo still trying to hold on to themselves. Juan, he rotates, he gives out the shot. Cauê is on the floor. 2 players down by Fluxo. Metagaming will go down, and there is only Ousado to fight for Fluxo. Los Grandes has the advantage. They will go after Ousado. They will try to take the last player from Fluxo out. Ousado, can he clutch this out? No, he can't! It's a booyah and a bat win! A booyah, Los Grandes! Great center position, great aggressiveness, and Los Grandes takes an incredible booyah with a huge amount of kills, Isa.
And it is their second booyah today, right, Marcelo? Los Grandes getting the double booyah today, if I'm not mistaken. But they are doing very well today with very regular matches. I'm not sure if they took the booyah, but they did take a lot of good matches, so my mistake. But Los Grandes doing very well today. They definitely are going to take a leap in the standings, and of course Fluxo making their first good map of the day in the very last one.
27
oh
points
my god
for Los Grandes, 15 kills
Look
on their
at
hands.
Gus. He's getting tired of being the MVP. Look at his face.
But he's too cute. I can't look at Gus and think, oh my god,
His
he's
glasses
too cute.
are like, exactly, they're clones of my glasses.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed they are. But he's too cute. 27 points for Los Grandes, 19 for Fluxo, and then a huge gap for 11 points from Metagaming that was in the top 3 to finish the matchup, but the kills were concentrated by Fluxo and Los Grandes.
And what a day Tropa has had, because Tropa, even though they didn't do so well on this match, they had an average amount of points, and they only had 1 bad match in the entire day. So Tropa having a outstanding outcome that we have not seen from them in the past couple of weeks. They are going to be able to do better in the standings, I'm sure, with this match. And Corinthians, I think Corinthians also had a good day. And of course, Los Grandes is one of our main highlights. Los Grandes that has had an aggressive, a regular, and a well thought of day, doing so well on our very last map.
We see the second page with Vasco, Loud, God Unidas, 0-0 Nation, Magic Squad. Finally a bad match by Magic Squad and Liberty, which seemed to me a really balanced day here in this week.
It was balanced between the teams that are on the top. Los Grandes, Corinthians, Magic Squad, they all did well. Tropa as well, they all did well, but we have had some really bad teams on the other hand, like Fluxo, Liberty not doing so well. 0-0 Nation also. Real did not do so well as well. So we are going to check it out soon. The highlights of the day, of course, which is one of my favorite parts, and we will check out who is going to take a leap on the MVP standings, because of course we are going to have the kill rankings change, but I'm pretty sure no one has passed CS.
No one has passed
My
CS.
math is not that good, but I'm pretty sure.
The man went above 90 kills. It's tough for someone to go after CS. He got 5 kills in the last match, so he went for 94 kills if I'm not mistaken, which is unfreaking believable to see someone do.
Bad day with 6 kills, which still equals 1 kill per map.
A bad day with 6 kills. This is just this does not make sense. A bad day for him is 6 kills. And of course we have to talk about Tropa. Probably the best team of the day. A regularity that came from the first map of the day in Purgatory. They went well. They went in the second position in Kalahari. They went in the second position in Bermuda. They had a bad map in Purgatory on the run back. However, a great map in Kalahari. Top 2 in Bermuda. Top 5 in Bermuda actually. So what a great day those guys had with D3 in the starting lineup. This change made Tropa a more aggressive team.
Yes, I'm sure that they were relying on how G3 is an experienced player. G3 was actually in the selection of the LBFF before, but let's take a look at the MVP rankings and look at CS. Oh my god.
Now a 20-point lead for CS. Bops with 74 took the second position from Trap. Easy took the third from Trap. And now Trap is in the 4th position with Hender on the 5th. However, the regularity for those guys, Easy, Hender, and CS, that have been on the kill leaders list throughout the whole season is just unbelievable. But the domination from CS is terrifying.
Yes, even though the difference has shrinked, believe it, it has shrinked. It was only by 2 kills.
2 kills, and we see that Gus is the MVP for the day. 6,500 damage for him, 7 assists and 15 kills. Which amazes me is the number of assists. He's not only taking names, but he's giving kills for his team. And the team of the day is Tropa. Indeed, what? Look at the regularity. 26 points, 28 points, and 23 points throughout the 3 map season.
Yes, and Mandela being the absolute highlight of this Tropa squad. Of course, D3 opened up in a more aggressive attitude for Tropa, even though he did not get a lot of eliminations. But look at how constant, at how regular our most points are for the teams. Those 3 teams went very well today, and they managed to get a similar amount of points. But of course, we have the MVPs of the day being very regular as well. And look at our booyahs.
No double booyahs and a balanced top 3 of the day. All teams within the 70-point mark. And great to see Corinthians having their best day here in LBFF Season 7 here today. And we are going to check the standings because we really need to know how this booyah helped Los Grandes get closer to Corinthians. Once again, the fight for the top 5 is not between 2 or 3 teams anymore. It's between 9 to 10 teams, 9 teams. All teams on the first page of the table can now fight for the top. Magic Squad lost some of their edge they had against Fluxo with this nice game from Fluxo and the bad game from Magic Squad. Only 9 points now.
But 7 booyahs Magic Squad has.
7 booyahs is impressive, and Los Grandes got the 8th. Los Grandes has the edge in the number of booyahs, and it's not unthinkable to say that they can have a day of 75 points and tie with Magic Squad. They had 73 today.
Yes, of course. But congratulations to our newest leaders, Magic Squad, taking over the leadership for the first time. So Magic Squad sleeping very calmly this week. They're going to have an amazing week, I'm sure, with the tranquility of knowing that they have a bit of an edge around the leadership.
Those dudes are going to celebrate Carnival. You know that they are going to celebrate
Carnival.
Because it's Carnival here in Brazil. So put your masks on. those eye masks, not and of course of the
Both
safety masks.
Put both your masks
Put
on.
both of your masks on, and let's have small parties inside of houses, just 2 or 3 people, okay? Celebrate at home. Isa, thank you for being here by my side once again for a great broadcast.
Thank you so much, Marcelo. Thank you, guys, for being here to make sure that this week ended nicely. And as we all like, the LBFF is always great. So we are ending this week on a positive note, and I look forward to meeting you next week.
Next week we'll be here on Saturday at 1 p.m. and we expect you to be here because we want to bring you guys all the emotions of LBFF and build that great community, that international community around LBFF. So thank you for being here. We expect you guys here next week. We expect you on our social media at FF Esports, at Marcelo Fiorentini, at Isa13. Follow us there because we're going to bring you guys to the emotions. Thank you for being here. See you next week. Bye-bye. It's time to drop. See ya.